Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. I ain't nobody. I'm not important. I'm just a question asker. My name is Raheem Ajman out of Atlanta, Georgia, but I got my brother from another mother, but we got the same father here with us. This is the captain. This is Captain Leonard. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem and the Morning Glow family.
How's your thing going with you, man?
Things are going just fine, sir.
Are you high and a happy elephant later than porcupine proud to be here this morning?
You know what? I'm going to go with that. it's a lot.
'Cause
It's a lot more than I had, thought about. But
I'm gonna tell you, I'm high and a happy elephant elated and porcupine proud to be here with everybody this morning. Now,
that's excellent, right?
man, that's a good deal. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that's a good one. Now, Leonard, we usually start off in the morning, man, and you get us up to speed, man. Get us abreast. That's the word. Get us abreast as to what's going on in politics. Leonard, what's going? Joe Biden, son, supposed to going to jail. Ex-president convicted 34 times. Had to go see his probation officer yesterday. What's it? Taylor Green, whatever her name is, acting a dang fool. People coming at her right and left. People talking about they gonna flap slob out her mouth. Leonard, what's going on in politics, man? What is the circus?
Sometimes I think you think I enjoy politics.
Well, you know what though? Michael Jordan said he didn't always enjoy basketball, but he was just
Right.
so good. He was just so good at it. He was just so good at it. What else would he want? Michael Jordan, he tried to play baseball. He loved baseball too. He tried to play baseball, but
It is. Politics can be um, amusing, to
mm-hmm.
say the least. But
Yes.
people have to understand it's how things work.
Mm-hmm.
Politics is the natural nature
Yeah.
of how things work.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a grasp of that, you can find yourself lost in this
Mm-hmm.
world where you have civic duties to vote. If you all
Mm-hmm.
haven't heard about what voting is, just look it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Come on.
democratic concept
Mm-hmm.
where all citizens of this nation have the right to vote,
Mm-hmm.
to be represented by those people who tax you.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
One of the biggest fights in the world was taxation without representation.
Mm-hmm.
Thus, we come to where we're at now. The problem is those people that are elected
Mm-hmm.
and these personal agendas, which usually provide the entertainment piece, and people acting out and behaving terribly with
Mm-hmm.
power.
Mm-hmm.
So, once again, tell me why some don't grasp politics. Politics could be something as simple as you planning a family get together,
Mm-hmm.
and for
Yeah.
whatever reason, no one can agree on anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns into a big fight, and the whole event may not even happen. People
Now,
may not show up.
Marsha, you know you ain't gonna cook. Now you know you ain't gonna cook the macaroni and cheese, Marsha. You ain't gonna cook that.
So that's how I want people to constantly look at this thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's conflict. Conflict resolution
Mm-hmm.
is the part that people really should get. And the fact that we should be looking for solutions to
Mm-hmm.
problems, and do understand that the House, in my opinion, is under the biggest threat in the world.
Mm-hmm.
A Republican speaker.
Wow.
He is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, they're working on bills to put on the floor to sort of ease the way for Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Actual law created to allow people like Trump who don't want to be prosecuted for the crimes they commit in it's on state crimes. They want to give the person the ability to just simply move the case to federal, where guess what
Mm-hmm.
happens? He chose the judges.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all should have a problem with this.
Stacking the deck.
Don't call in here talking about where everybody doing it and blah blah. Is your mammy doing it?
Mm, mm,
Then
mm.
it can't be everybody.
Yes, come on.
It's because everybody else doing wrong don't mean you condone the wrong that they doing.
That's right.
I will stand over here by myself if I'm right,
Mm-hmm.
while everybody else does whatever the hell they want to do.
Wrong.
That's what's going on in politics.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't hold them accountable and you accidentally slip up there and get a Republican-controlled Senate,
Mm-hmm.
chaos will continue.
Yes.
We have a Speaker of the House, quote, from Louisiana of all places,
Mm.
a Republican,
Way down deep.
Speaker of the House
Mm.
of Representatives for the United States of America.
Mm.
First of all, I'm going to hold mine responsible.
Yes.
You Negroes have failed.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do better.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have the desire to win.
And go out there and vote.
Right. Don't call up in here with these weak notions of it'll all work out. And no, it won't. No, it won't.
Mm-hmm.
It won't. It'll go the exact way that the wicked have crafted for it to go. Decent people should intervene at the polls. They should intervene at state meetings. They should intervene at local meetings. They should even intervene at a library meeting if necessary.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Where injustice is.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching, I'm not sure how many people are, this is going to get national attention, of course, now. The YSL trial.
Mm-hmm.
With the entertainer Young Thug.
Yeah.
Prosecution raggedy as hell.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
The judge is at a point where he may have done something now for people to look at the fact that maybe he should recuse himself because of his assertions and conduct as it relates to contempt charges on the defense's lawyer.
He gave him in 60 days, didn't he?
Man, come on.
Yeah.
Now the lawyers' lawyers for the accused.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have to fight for the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
For the very simple fact, the state wants to allow all types of inappropriate negotiations and what have you on a matter so important. Fulton County, you came off looking real incompetent.
Mm-hmm. Again.
Mm-hmm. In this case. So people have to understand that it makes a difference on what you stand up for and how you intervene. Pick one thing.
Mm-hmm.
One thing where there's misconduct or disenfranchisement or discrimination and get involved in that. Be a supporter of positive change.
Mm-hmm.
Be a supporter of solutions. Be a be a person that is about correcting the mistakes that have been made here.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you seize and grasp power. And so it is very important that you understand the authorities where you live and how that connects to the federal government.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good.
And it's all about participating, bro.
Mm-hmm.
A participative democracy depends.
What's a democracy?
On everybody participating.
What's a democracy?
Democracy.
No, first you said democracy.
Oh, sorry about that.
You know, I pick up on every word.
Democracy is that
Yes,
important.
Yes, sir.
That everybody participates,
mm-hmm.
especially the poor.
Yes.
The poor don't get to participate in other countries.
Well, they don't have to, Lenny, if they want to continue to be poor.
They get to be slaves eventually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they believe somehow that they are outside of this reality
mm-hmm.
of governance.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not.
Not at all. Watch this.
When you get pulled over for a speeding ticket, or got to pay taxes on something, or any type of engagement whatsoever with rules and regulations, how do you think they came about?
Somebody put them in place.
Somebody put them in place.
Mm-hmm.
You had the opportunity to put your input on who should be able to do that.
My brother, my brother used to break this thing down a lot and tell people this. He said majority of the laws start with an opinion of a person.
Mm-hmm.
It starts with an opinion. He said he said start with an opinion, and then that opinion it transitions to this, then it goes to this, then it goes to that step, and before you know it, people are voting on it, and then they voted in, and now that opinion becomes a law, and that law is what governs you in your life.
Exactly.
But it starts as an opinion.
They got folks right now that were involved in the January 6th attempted insurrection of the American government running for public office.
Yeah.
Hello, South.
Y'all
remember that little thing called the Civil War, right?
Come on. You better not forget it.
The need for people to stay in place to monitor the activities of the Southern governance. You can't simply try to separate that from your beliefs and opinions, because there are facts there that matter. And if your beliefs and opinions don't match the facts of the matter, it makes you look incompetent and ignorant.
And Tucson, I'm gonna say it for you this morning. Tucson, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? I'm gonna say it for you this morning. Sitting on dumb on your way to sitting on dumb.
God, you're gonna have to look this up.
Yeah, I gotta look it up, man. How did they go?
You say it different every day.
Sitting on
usually it would be stuck on stupid and sliding in on silly. Was the way that some folks used to say.
No, we country.
People from Carolina have a
we country as cornbread, not cornbread, but cornbread. We say sitting on stupid, riding on dumb, on their way to ignorant as hello. But we don't say hello in North Carolina. We don't say hello.
You need a translator.
We say it a little different.
Just say you just
dumb.
Look at him and say, do you just want to be ignorant? Do you just want to be ignorant?
Yeah.
He said like that. You gotta fix your face though. Do you just want to be ignorant?
You be wanting to know.
What they used to say, don't be nobody fool.
Exactly. Tucson, we're gonna have a big family reunion, right? And I'm doing this because Leonard was just talking about politics, and I'm gonna show them how the voting system works, how everything works. We're gonna have a big family reunion. We got Martha, we got Jennifer, and we got Tanya. Now, all three of them say they want to make the macaroni and cheese. We got to vote on who gonna make the macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese is a big thing at the family reunion. Macaroni and cheese is a big thing. Got to be good. It got to be good. Now, who I said? Let me write the name. I said Martha, Tanya, and who else I say? Just say Cindy.
You said Jennifer.
Jennifer. Make another name up.
Is Jennifer mixed?
Yeah, Jennifer mixed. Yeah, Jennifer mixed.
She can't make it. Next.
Wait a minute. She can't make it because she mixed.
Who the oldest?
Martha, the oldest. Martha about 70 years old.
She usually do the cooking.
Martha cooking. Martha, man, everybody go to Martha's house to eat.
Then it's gonna be Martha. She got to make it.
But hold on, Tanya could cook too now.
Yeah, why she ain't been doing it?
Martha been taking over the lead. Martha been doing it for as long as I can remember.
We're gonna keep Martha.
So you gonna vote for Martha?
Yeah.
Okay. Martha has Leonard vote. Who you voting for? You voting for Jennifer, Tanya, or you voting for Martha? Now Martha getting older, man. You gotta get older. Huh?
Will Jennifer ever make it?
No, Jennifer, she'll make it, but she, she mixed, man. She ain't all the way us.
So you mean to tell me she got some what you call it, raisins in her potato salad?
Yeah.
No, we ain't gonna go with her. That's her problem now. That's why she ain't made it.
But she don't put no raisin on. She don't put no raisin in a macaroni and cheese now. She claimed her macaroni and cheese is good, but see, her only part, she only used one cheese though. She only used one cheese. Huh? Now, who,
She
who
had butter.
she had butter. She had butter, milk, and she said she used that whipping cream too.
Why it's too rich.
She
She can't make it either. I'm gonna stick with Martha.
You gonna stick with
She
Mom?
has to. Mama know how to make it. She one of them big mamas that's left over.
Yeah. Martha been cooking for years now. Martha learned how to cook from her grandma.
Good morning, Mr. James.
So basically, what we're saying is we're gonna let Martha cook it. Martha is over the mac and cheese.
If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
Okay.
You run into the problem.
Okay. But see, had we not voted on it, Jennifer would have bought that mac and cheese there, and would have had whipping cream in it and milk and all kind of stuff, butter and all kind of stuff in it. It would have had all that stuff in it, and extra stuff in it, man. And people would not have been happy, would not have been pleased. So that's the importance of the voting process.
Her either right here because she got to take it back home with her.
Lord, this dude say she got to take her mac and cheese back home. Boy, like somebody gonna give it to the kids. Kids eat it. Torture them, I guess. Okay, but see,
Look, right here, we were sitting we was visiting a church, and I decided to sit with the young kids, 5, 6, and 7. I sit down and the first thing they said is, "That potato salad ain't good."
Lord.
I said, shh.
Well, them kids gonna tell you now. Them kids gonna let you know. They gonna let you know if it ain't right.
It's a potato salad, ain't
I'm telling you, them kids gonna tell you. You gonna know off the top. You ain't gonna be no secret. Ain't gonna be no secret. But let me switch up. We got a couple of topics I want to talk about today, man. And Leonard, I'm gonna start off with you, man. Leonard, I'm trying to. I was gonna talk about this yesterday, but Tucson told me he said I had to word it differently. He said, you got to word that different. So I had to sit down and think about it. Get him on a recliner, like he said, put my hand behind my head and contemplate a little bit about how I was going to pose this particular. Come on the screen. I gotta see your face when I come on the screen. I gotta see your face, man. I gotta see your face when I ask you the question. Well, yeah.
Oh.
I gotta see your face when I pose this question. Leonard.
Yes, sir.
Should sex be given a murder charge?
Who is sex?
Sex. You know what sex is? That uchi coochie.
No, why?
Because we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and Tucson.
Did we?
Me and Tucson talked about it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember us having that conversation.
No, and Tucson, I was going to pose it in another direction.
Oh,
but
so you in Tucson?
Yeah. He said no.
Preliminary.
He said, don't you say it like that, because I was going to do it, man. I was ready to go, and he said, Raheem, don't. Huh?
Go ahead and try it.
Try it. I'm just saying, because the way you asked me, I don't know what you're talking about. So go ahead. Try it again.
Okay. Now, the way I had it worded, I had it set up in my phone here. How I was gonna say it. Let me go back to it. I want to read it exactly the way that it is. Where is it? Okay. Is the coochie guilty of murder?
No.
Now, how many people has killed or murdered, hurt each other, and all kind of things because of? And I'm gonna say sex because I'm gonna put both sides of it. But that coochie, that coochie done messed up a lot of folks, man.
And
it should be held accountable.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be messing with it.
Watch your mouth.
That's the best thing. That's the best thing. That's the best thing to do, I think, Tucson.
Now, how many of us? James last said, "Laugh out loud." Now, how many of us, once we take that jump? Now we're gonna talk about this thing. Now, once we take that jump and we go the first time, and we see how good it is. How how many of us gonna stop now? Leonard, how many of us gonna truthfully say, I ain't gonna, I don't want no more of that.
Everything good to you ain't good for you.
That don't mean you're gonna stop though. You still gonna
But
do
one
it. Though.
don't. I'm the type of person, do it to death, kill yourself.
Mm.
I don't really excuse me. I don't
Lord.
I don't know
Lord.
if you want my opinion
Yes, sir.
on
Come on.
this matter.
Mm-hmm.
The wages of sin are death. Pick your
Mhm.
poison.
Mm.
If it's doing all that to you, you need to leave it alone.
Now, have you ever seen anybody go over above and beyond, legal or illegal, for coochie?
Of course.
Mm.
Of course.
So that coochie shouldn't be held accountable.
No. You're such a weird question.
That's a good
I
question.
wish it was a different way.
But I try to do it a different. Let me see. Try to do it a different way.
But it's all in perspective. If you do too much of anything, it's bound to not work out for you.
Mm-hmm.
And if you weak-minded in the first place, you can get
this
pleasure
right
confused with responsibilities. And
You see that right there? It say no man says no after he done got the coochie.
No means no. What? I don't even know what that means.
No, he say no man. No. What it says is no man says no after he done got the coochie.
Like I said, we're gonna have to work better because that's just a phrase.
Mm-hmm.
It needs some more information.
But no, he's just saying after something. Basically, what he's saying is after somebody get that coochie for the first time, like I said earlier, they see what it is. They ain't too many men gonna say they don't want it no more. Ain't too many men gonna say they don't want it no more now. They done partake of the forbidden fruit.
But we know there are several that do.
Well, they're a little questionable.
No, they ain't questionable. They gay. They homosexuals.
There you go. But and that's why I changed it. Instead of saying coochie, I said sex, because now they're a victim of another form of sex that a lot of, well, I ain't gonna say not a lot of people.
Behavior is behavior.
Yeah, and that's why I say sex is sex. Should sex be given a murder charge?
No.
Mm-hmm.
There's no context for it. It would make no sense. Now, there are some forms of sex that are immoral.
He said after the first, and this is I'm trying to Teak. I think it says Teak says after the first time it change you, and it does.
Well, yes, it does, because it's such a it actually crosses all of your existence, whether physical, mental, spiritual. It's there. It's very flesh on one hand, but it has a lot of spiritual implications as well.
It does. It really does.
Have some pathological issues associated with it. And what I'm trying to get people to understand, it is very natural. That's why your purpose.
Wait a minute. Let's clarify something for a second now. You said it's very natural.
Yes.
In all its phases, regardless of how a person does it, whether it's heterosexual, homosexual, or bestiality, there's all kind of stuff out there. All that's natural.
Yes.
What they call it? What they call it when somebody with a dog?
Bestiality.
Bestiality. Yeah. You saying that's natural as well?
Yeah, that's a natural thing what a man will do without rules, laws, and morality involved.
Wow.
That's you think about it. If nobody told you what not to do, what would you really choose not to do?
But see, there's no part of me, and I want to bring Tucson into this conversation as well, but there's no part of me that have any desire to like the homosexual or the beast. What's the fancy word? Your bestiality. Bestiality. There's no part of me, man, that want to, so rather, some will say it's right, some will say it's wrong. I would really sincerely question the one that said that's right.
Right. That's why we have rules, morals, values, laws, and things of that nature. Because I would never sit and say my opinion is the opinion that everyone should have.
Yeah. True.
nor I expect other people to behave other ways.
Mm-hmm.
So part of us coexisting and coming together is sitting down and coming up with civil rules and regulations on how we live and associate with one another.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I am a big person on consent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
don't care how anyone feels about it either.
Mm-hmm.
If consent is 17, that's what it is.
See, I don't know, man, because I think in Hawaii, this age of consent is, I think it's actually 16. I think it's six.
Could be.
Some
There
say
are some
14.
variances in some
And
states still.
I think some people said it was like 14. I was like, man, there is no way in this world you're gonna tell me a 14-year-old gonna go out there with an adult.
Yes. It
Come
was
on,
at
man.
one time it was not uncommon for them to be married.
Glad those times are gone.
So you have to look at.
Were them the good old days they talking
I
about?
don't know. I wasn't there.
Mm.
I don't know what would have motivated such a thing.
It sounds sick to me.
Well, no, what it sounds like is a control issue.
And it is that.
Yeah, it's a control issue.
Mm-hmm.
And so, even approaching all different types of things and not being so critical of other people's personal choices.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what I choose not to do.
Mm-hmm. Let me go to Tucson. Tucson, what do you say to that, man? Should Coochie be given a murder charge?
Stop saying coochie.
Coochie, you know that Coochie, man. You don't see.
No, because coochie don't apply to men.
Okay, well that's why we changed right there too.
So is the question just about women?
No, it's across the board, because women has done some crazy thing for that dangalang.
Right.
They done some crazy thing. Woman,
right. So it'd be better just to say, are we just focusing on sex?
Mm-hmm.
You better change the subject before your mama kills.
Oh yeah, I am. That's why I get this. That's why. That's why I'm doing this early. That's why I'm doing this early, brother. Yes, sir. By the time she's gone, we don't be changing. Or if she come in early, we're gonna time to change, y'all. Time to change. But Tucson, what do you say to that, man? Should sex be given a murder charge? Tucson?
Well, if the wages of did I mute myself? No, I didn't. Is it included in sin?
Sex? Yes.
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 Is it the result of sin?
I would say yes.
Is it the penalty? Is it part of the penalty for sin?
It is. Again, I would say yes.
It's a man. People kill for it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that much. Mm-hmm. And people willing to die for it too.
Yeah.
Show is. Mm-hmm. How in the world you jump out of 2-story building, 3-story building, trying to get away?
Mm.
What you doing there in the first place? You taking the risk. Mm-hmm. You sure is. Because you're out of order. That's the first thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a mercy given for the penalty, childbirthing.
Mm-hmm.
But see, we just got to the point that we just do it for fun. We ain't studying having no children.
The children come, they just come.
We don't want to be fruitful and multiply.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad attitude, because they might come.
Yeah.
Now, we've gotten in the way when you talk about sex. Sex is everything these days, because it don't have to have a desire to be fruitful and multiply at all. It just ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you have to go back to buddy.
Get up off that thing to make you be better. Get up off that thing. You know what he's talking about? What thing he talking about?
I can't. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to decide to.
Mm-hmm.
let me throw something else out of here. And I know I'm not gonna go that direction because there are people that passing it out like it's hotcakes, and what they got you really don't want
Mm.
until you find out you got it, and you're on the way to the grave.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yep.
mad, they got it, and they want to pass it out to everybody they meet just because somebody gave it to them. I'm gonna say one other thing because I'm picky. I'm picky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm messy too a little bit.
A little bit.
If if it was up to a couple of my brothers and sisters, you live forever because you ain't getting no cookie.
Mm. Lord, boy, he throwing shots. He dropping pipe bombs. Oh. Now, Leonard, talk to me, man. Because this thing called sex, man, it's been disruptive to mankind for a long time. It's been out of control for a long time. How do you get a handle on it?
Well, it's discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have no discipline, you'll do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Discipline, it goes with behavior. Sex is not who you are.
No.
It's behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And people choose different types of behavior. It has always been something controversial when it comes to me as it relates to people's teachings on it or what have you. I think, everything is good for your own preservation.
Mm-hmm.
There's just some things you shouldn't do because it brings on such negative consequences. That alone was enough to deter me.
Mm-hmm.
It's the negative consequences associated with it. For example, one of my biggest negative things associated with pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't even think about that.
No.
They don't even care about that.
Mm-hmm. It's and not even an afterthought.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So to each his own. I'm very liberal on it. As far as I don't believe that you should intrude on two consenting adults.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not interested in what my neighbors are doing as long as they're consenting adults.
Mm-hmm.
Everything to me matters at the point of being a consenting adult.
Mm-hmm.
Now, morally, that we got some good advice. That one, people don't regard fornication as sin.
Mm. Mm.
Now, the pastor maybe can help with that. Bishop can call in with, But I've never been very satisfied with anyone's explanation of anything as it relates to the matter. I believe what two consenting adults do is their business, and they should keep it their business.
Does that fall in the line of what we're talking about? Our free, we have free will.
Yes, always for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's all about. I don't
How
want to hear.
disruptive? How
Say it
disruptive?
again.
How disruptive can that free will be, though?
Oh, extremely.
Mm-hmm.
It's extreme. You have the will to kill yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's don't no limits. It's freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You're free to choose. So whatever you choose, you usually deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
So if whatever you're doing, if the A plus B equals a negative C, you might not want to continue to do that.
Yeah.
I like my mother's explanation. Might hurt when I do this, then fool, don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do it. Why are you doing it then? If it hurt, why are you doing it? And I got
right there, Raheem.
Why are you doing it? It hurt. It hurt. You just said it hurt.
Why would you do it?
Okay. Explain to me.
I can't imagine if I was I didn't care for the way you put it, because one, it almost implied that only women would ever be guilty.
No.
That's why I didn't want you to say coochie.
Mm-hmm. That coochie.
So coochie be a murder charge or whatever.
Yeah.
That means that would just implicate all women.
Mm-hmm. Women,
simply for possessing it.
Wait a minute. What'd you say, Tucson?
Monkey.
Look at this dude. I knew he said that. You heard that, Leonard?
I think,
Come on, monkey. That monkey.
but you know, you have to think about it and you have to put it in perspective because you'll make a fool out of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But but that's life. And I think that the creator has to take some responsibility for that.
Wow. Let me do this because it just came across my wire, man. And condolences out to the African country of Malawi. Malawi, man. They just they've been looking for him for a couple of days now, but the vice president and they say 9 other people was killed in a plane crash. They was going to a convention or something, and the plane crashed. They lost track of the plane, and the plane crashed and killed the vice president and
condolences
and 9 others. Yeah. So I want to take a moment. I actually have a friend that lives in Malawi. Came over here for a while. We used to hang out, became very good friends, and he said Malawi is a very poor country. He said Malawi is a very poor country, but he wanted to go back and he had bought a lot of stuff while I was here and wanted to start a television network over there in Malawi. So I know he's still in the process. So Lawrence, if you're listening, brother, and I know he tuned in quite often when internet is an issue over there sometime, but when he can, he definitely tune in and watches us, man, and listen in, and he'll shoot me a message every now and then. Man, I saw your show today. So Lawrence, if you're watching, man, condolences out to you and your country for the loss of your vice president and the 9 other individuals that was on the plane. I wanted to take an opportunity and say that. Leonard, you said discipline is a big part of
yes, you have to discipline yourself.
Yeah.
Because why it's necessary to preserve yourself.
Yeah.
It's a matter of self-preservation.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you? It takes a while to understand the concept, and it takes a practice. And some folks, if you don't practice things, some people practice Christianity, some people practice Buddhism, some people practice other forms of self-awareness that brings them closer to being able to control yourself. And I think that's what's most important. And there are too many people who can't control themselves.
Do they want to?
You argue like a woman arguing about being pregnant. It wouldn't happen had your legs not been open. See, then you have to be rational and responsible, because a lot of people sit around the next day. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, I shouldn't have did that. I never understood, this whole notion of doing all these types of things and then acting like it's somebody else's fault. That's terrible. And let me get it clear, because it's not about victimization in no way, shape, form, or fashion. We're not talking about rape. We're not talking about molestation. We're talking about free will choices to engage in sexual activity. You don't always jump to some horrible victimization and crime when having a discussion about something as behaviorally natural as sexual interaction. You just can't act as if all of a sudden let's throw all reason away and just start rubbing ourselves and rubbing up against one another.
The coach.
You got to be a little bit smarter than that.
Yeah, exactly. Tucson, what do you?
It's about choice to me.
It's gonna be interesting when Cassandra come in and we're talking about this topic right here. I hope you come in before we move on. But Tucson, what's on your heart based on this?
I got into a conversation with a relative, and my relative had a friend. Then we got in a conversation, and they said to me, I know that you don't approve of my lifestyle. And I said, let me tell you something. And I said, first of all, we family. That's the first thing. And I got faults just like you. I said, I may not agree, but I'm going to treat you like family. And my responsibility to you is love you like you are. And I can't change nobody. Yeah, that's your life. That's the way that you desire to live it, and all of that. And his friend got on the conversation, and in on the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was a Facebook conversation or whatever it was.
Now when you say
I
the
was
friend,
confused
when you
because,
say friend, are you saying the one that they was in a relationship with, or
well, they was living the same type of lifestyle.
okay, got you,
Two men.
okay,
They
got
was living the same type of lifestyle. It
Mm-hmm.
was, I don't know if they was intimate with each other, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other friend that was like had the same type of lifestyle got into the conversation, and I heard what y'all said earlier, and that's why I'm bringing this up. He said, "I tried it, and it wasn't for me." I said, "In
Mm,
the conversation."
good Lord. Mm,
So when you say when somebody says once you try it, you can't get away from it, or whatever the comment was.
mm-hmm.
I don't understand it, but that's not necessarily true because let me use this for example. There are some women that have tried it, but they were so what came with it was so devastating. They don't want to try it no more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not only no, let me say it. They trying it, but they don't try it with a man.
But
They
see,
use a man substitute
yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
fulfill their sexual desires.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's the part that
Yeah,
I wonder about a lot, because a lot of times they say, well, that man hurt me or that woman hurt me so bad, so I don't want to go that route no more. And they get with somebody else of the same sex and go through the same drama. Problems don't have a sexual don't have a sex. Let me say it that way. Problems don't have issues, don't have a sex. If two people, or I don't care, you man, woman, boy, girl, whatever it is, if you're dealing with somebody for a long time, you may run into some issues, some complications. Thus is life. And so, they say that I don't want to be, and people have the choice to do what they want to do, and that's what they're gonna do. People gonna be people, and life gonna be life. But my thing is, if that's what they're basing it on, I don't want to deal with no man no more because that man hurt me so bad. I never deal with another man. They go with a woman and they have the same problems with a woman. Man say I don't want to deal with no women because she did me so bad, man. I never, and to get with a man to have the same issues with a man. So you still got problems. Go ahead, Tucson.
I'm not trying to understand it really, but I try to look at myself because I don't check nobody else. I check me.
Mm-hmm.
So in trying to check me, I know that it's all about the lust of the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
But we use check me, tell me if I'm wrong. We use excuses for our lust issues to make ourselves feel better about our actions.
Mm-hmm.
Because our actions, especially when our actions are disobedient,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to make excuses for it. Let me tell you what I think that the excuses are, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They feel like their companion understands them better. There are people, tell me when I'm wrong, I don't mind, that if they could, they'll take care of themselves.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
I
I mean
love.
by take care of themselves, oh, I can't say that because you said mama on somewhere. I have to be careful because I'd say some people wish they had a rubber neck. I'm sorry.
Leonard, stop him right there, man. Look,
Go to the limit because because people, people will create a way to self pleasure.
yeah. And then they say, "Oh,
Don't look at don't.
I love myself some me.
If you got
Oh, I
if you got
love
a
me some me."
friend that's a woman or a man, don't go in they medicine cabinet because there ain't no medicine in there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you pull that drawer on the side of the bed open. You'll find out them toys. They done wore out a couple of batteries. I'm just saying.
Lord Jesus. Leonard, stop him, Leonard. Stop him, Leonard. Go ahead, brother.
It's
Stop
too
him.
late.
It's too
That's
late.
why I'm telling you, there got
Mhm.
to be some guardrails on this conversation. Are
Mhm.
we naturally talking about sexual behavior, or
Yes.
are we talking about
Sexual.
lust, or are we talking about sin, or what actually are you
We
getting at, Raheem?
actually, my theme was to talk about a little bit of all of that, because there's so many different levels on this particular conversation right here. If you try to box it up and just talk about one element of it, you're gonna miss so much of the other stuff that's out there. I didn't think we was gonna get into the bestiality and all that stuff. I didn't think we was gonna get into all that, but we did. But we did, and so and that's a part of it. Some people out there, man, they love their animals.
Like I tell people, it's so crazy to me when people do things and they put all the ingredients in a cake and then act like they surprised by how it's gonna taste.
Yeah.
You everybody, and then you got folks around here, they like some of everything. So some things that you've never imagined.
Mm-hmm.
They don't somehow became addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Then they go find somebody. That's what you do too. Now
Mm.
y'all got a little group. So I'm trying
Go
to
ahead.
put it a certain way to get people to understand it's like a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Guns don't kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Guns don't kill people.
No.
If you lay a gun right there on the table, it'll sit there
Until somebody come pick it up or move
until
it or do anything
somebody
to it.
come
Yeah.
pick it up
Yeah.
and use it.
Mm-hmm.
So is it the gun or the person?
Mm-hmm.
It's the person.
It is all day long. It is the person.
It's the person all day long. And we
Mm-hmm.
make so many excuses. I can't wait till women call because they make more excuses than anybody.
Good Lord.
And I'm going to blaze them today.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm
Gonna
going to
be
set you on fire today about it. Because one thing I don't tolerate is this BS as it relates to all the decisions that you made are somebody else's fault and society made you do them. And it's because you did that. I don't care what happened to you yesterday. The choice you make today belongs to you.
mm-hmm.
I don't care if you was a whore all the way up to 12 o'clock last night.
Mm-hmm.
You can make the change to change your whole life at 12:01
Mm-hmm.
and do that.
You know that one. Wow, I don't know why this even came to. I don't know if I even should say anything about this. But you know the guy that said, Tucson. You know the guy that said, I ain't gay no more.
Man, stop. That's the type of stuff that kills me.
He was in church.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be a lie.
Lord Jesus. He said it though. He was in church. He run up around the circle and say, I ain't gay no more.
Just
We'll
clown.
say anything for likes and shares, Raheem. We'll say likes and shares. We'll
Yeah.
see. No one knows what goes on behind closed doors. Remember those songs?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And people, they want you to be impressed with them for some other reason, especially when Jesus come out their mouth.
Come on.
But that don't mean nothing. Just because you say a word, that don't mean you believe the man. Because if you would, and I'm, just I can't throw stones. But if you believe the man, you love him like we say. He says, "If you love me, do what I say." Now, how many of us covered that? Got all that covered? You're a lie. And see now, if you, we got to call. I had a young man. I told him, I said, you better be careful about how you say you delivered, because one circumstance, a situation, will drive you back into it.
Yeah.
And you, before your head, make your head swim.
Just like a relapse.
So, yeah, man, you can have a oops. I call it a oops in your life. I wanted to say a sexual relapse. That's a bad relapse right there. Can't leave the old girl alone. She ain't cute. You big dummy.
Man,
You like her because she ugly.
She got this hold on me, man. She got this hold on me. I can't seem to shake her. I tried. I can't shake her.
It ain't her. It ain't even her. It ain't even her.
Right.
It ain't even her.
Mm.
I'm more
It's
into the psychological
you.
nature of it, actually.
Mhm. Wow.
It's the lust in you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You mean to tell me you can't see her? She's not even attractive. And she broke.
Now, how you gonna call the
And she
man?
ain't got no
Now,
money.
hold on,
You
Tucson.
got it.
How you gonna call the man woman ugly? She ain't even cute. You call the woman ugly, man.
That ain't the man. That's the problem
She
right
ain't
here.
gotta
That
be
ain't
cute.
the man's woman. That's
Mm-hmm.
not his woman.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that gonna get him killed.
Mm.
Can you imagine a woman so angry with a man? That's why I'm glad Leonard kind of changed it over because here's a woman that's so mad with the man for some kind of way the relationship went sour. She buys a box of diapers
Mm.
so that she wouldn't have to stop to go across country to kill him.
Mm. Good Lord.
Now we've seen that happen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember?
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
She don't even want to stop to the rest area. They got rest areas half at the state line and halfway of every state in America,
Mm-hmm.
and she ain't gonna stop
Yeah.
because she got killing him on her mind.
Mm.
I don't know what he got going on, but it's deadly.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
And we can go a little further. The king admired his daughter-in-law, or stepdaughter, or whatever she was, that she got John the Baptist. I'll cut his head off if you want me to.
Mm.
All because she shake them hips so well.
Shake that thing like a sauce pickle. People think that shaking your thing just started.
Mm.
It's been going on for a long time.
Shake, shake, shake. Mm-mm-mm. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Doom. Oh, oh, oh. Annie from Mississippi. Good morning, Annie. How you doing this morning?
I'm fine. Don't start singing right here.
Come on now. Come on now. Now you ain't gonna come in here hating like that. Now I know you ain't gonna do me like that.
Annie from Mississippi.
Annie from
I'm
Mississippi.
sorry, no trouble this morning.
And I want to ask you a question, and this is what we're talking about right now, and it is going for a conversation. You could do some going for conversation, can't you? And you could do going for a conversation, can't you?
Sometimes.
Okay, okay. Well, let's see it today. One of them times. should sex be given a murder charge because of all the chaos and everything that it has caused in people's lives throughout history? Should sex be given a murder charge?
Wait a minute right here. Should sex be given a murder charge?
Yeah, sex is
You got to
sex
break
is
that down for me.
sex has destroyed and manipulated and hurt and harmed and killed, had so many people killed throughout history. People get addicted to this thing called sex, man, and they lose their minds.
Mm. The Bible, the Lord made sex to be something beautiful. When God created us, He made that to be something, between man and wife.
Mm-hmm.
And but people have, we have taken to our different level.
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone who allows themselves to be so caught up in sex and so in love that they got to go out and kill somebody, I mean, that's just that's mental.
Mhm.
I couldn't say it's because of the sex, because of that individual. Like I say, sex is supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to be making love, not just sex. It's supposed to be something intimacy. Sharing one another, devouring one another.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the things that we made it out to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have to say no, because it's not the act itself. It's the person that's doing the act and the level that they are on mentally
Mm-hmm.
That's my
So,
answer.
so do you think? And that's good. You said. Do you think some people are not equipped mentally to have sex?
I wouldn't even say it was um okay. There's a whole bunch ties into this. Let's just say, let's use an example of if that's a woman that has been, out there lonely looking for somebody and she's saving herself, but she's a virgin. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
She's a virgin. She's
Mhm.
saving herself, and she's looking for the right person.
Yes.
And along comes a man,
Mm-hmm.
and this man, no, she's a virgin. She tells him she's never been with anybody. She's saving that for that special someone. And this man is so used to not having a woman on this level. So he decides to play the manipulating game.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell her what she want to hear to get where I need to go
Mm-hmm.
and do what I got to do, because now she becomes a challenge. And men, some men, they when it comes down to challenges, they all on top of it, but they don't want to lose. So he's not going to let her get away.
Mm-hmm.
She become a challenge. So he do everything he can. He plays the role perfectly and making her think that he is the one. And he's going to take care of her. Your heart is safe in my hand. You can give me your heart. You're safe with me. He makes her feel like she's safe with him and in his presence. And then allow him to take her virginity.
Mm-hmm.
And once he does that, this woman's mind is already at the altar before that even happened. So once it happens, she's sure enough tied, connected to him. And that man, sometimes now he got what he wants. So now the challenge ain't there no more.
Mm-hmm.
He
Mm-hmm.
move on to the next challenge. So what have he done?
Look, Leonard.
He destroyed her mentally. He took her to a place. He took her real high. He dropped her real hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the murder comes in right there. When women, people, don't want to be toyed with their emotions. They don't want to be played over, don't want to be played with. They don't want to be walked on.
Mm-hmm.
But men have a tendency of lying. I know a lot of men on this line. I understand that. Some of y'all have a tendency of lying
Mm-hmm.
to get where y'all need to go. And when you do that, you better be careful of the consequences, because some of these women ain't going to play with you. They're going to step on your windshield with a
Leonard.
pistol. And then what?
But see, so basically what I'm hearing is, and help me, Annie, because I might have missed it. She can't handle the power of the ding-a-ling.
Raheem, you know what?
No,
We're going to have to listen.
I'm just
We're
asking.
gonna have to let somebody pick your topic for you today. We're gonna have to let somebody pick your topic for you, because you just I don't know.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
because I know some.
Not so much the dealing. She can't handle being lied to. She can't handle him taking her to a place mentally and emotionally, and it was all a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It was all a game to get what you want, because there's a challenge there, and you want to show her that I'm not going to lose.
Yeah, that's good. And
now
I
you
see.
got her in a not so good place.
Yeah. I can see what you're saying now, because at first, I was thinking that, it was that, but let me cut it out, man.
Good morning, Miss Wanda. I just love to hear Miss Annie talk.
Mm-hmm. Miss Annie, she gonna bring it to you real. She gonna bring it to you. That's one thing I've always loved about Annie from Mississippi.
No, I love the sound.
She gonna bring it real, man. She gonna bring it 100.
No, I love the sound.
Mm-hmm.
The way she sounds.
Oh, the way she sounds. You don't think she's telling the truth?
Thank you.
Yeah, she could be saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah.
It would
No.
still sound great.
But see, I've been knowing me and Annie from Mississippi been knowing each other for quite a while, and years now, man. And she's all. And one thing, I don't care what I ask her, what the question is, she gonna be 100 with it. She gonna be 100.
I just like the accent.
Yeah, she country's cornbread, but
because she just went so deep.
Yeah, but see
that's crazy, man.
But see, the thing about it, it is what she's saying factual, because a lot of times, and we're not gonna just say men, women do it too, manipulate to get what they want. Men manipulate women. They see a woman that's a virgin.
Really?
I'm gonna capture that
Really?
one. Yeah.
Really?
I'm gonna capture that one. I'm gonna capture that one. Or a woman, she, I gotta be careful with this.
Ah,
She may need certain things taken care of.
oh,
And you know,
Oh,
and she don't have the means right now. And
oh.
she run into old Johnny over there. Old Johnny a sucker.
Where y'all going? Where's
Old,
y'all going today?
old Johnny a sucker.
I mean, y'all just threw so much sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
It don't even seem like it's sex no more.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's still sex.
Y'all talking about people with mental issues.
And that's what I asked the question about along those lines as well. I say, are you saying Miss Anna from Mississippi? I say, are you saying that some people are not equipped mentally to have sex? So I did ask that question as well.
Well, I don't think I mean, you can put two slow folk in a room naked and they figure it out.
Yeah, figured out.
They
But
figure it out. I
yeah.
mean, it's not that big of a deal unless you make it a big deal.
Mm.
I mean, I don't, this attachment, and this is why I laugh so much. And Miss Wanda is just Miss Wanda. I'm gonna apologize up front today.
Mm-hmm.
All that extra y'all just put on that is crazy. There are people out here that just have sex for fun. You do know that, don't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They don't have no problem with it. Hey, I like you, you like me. Let's go have some sex.
9 months later, the baby is there, and the sucker that did it
And
said,
it don't
"I
have to
don't
be no
care."
9
That's what
months
Eddie
later if
talking
you take
about.
the proper precautions.
Well, if it is, it's gonna be 9 months now. It's gonna take about 9 months, and
But
then
it don't always. See, that's the thing about it. Now we're talking
mm-hmm,
about pregnancy.
mm-hmm. That's a part
Are
of
we talking about
that's a part
sexual
of sex.
behavior, or are we talking about unwanted pregnancies?
No. That's all a part of this ball of wax that we're talking about.
Right. But
Because
I laugh.
sex a lot of time, sex. The result of that is a baby.
Like I said, one of the things that I fall out with Jesus about. Don't talk about Jesus and no sex.
Mm-hmm.
We're nowhere in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
There have been implications
Wanda says
throughout
all great.
history related to that.
Mm-hmm.
But imagine a man with a purpose higher than that. And I believe that's the only way that this is accomplished or desired, is when the purpose of you being here is greater than the desire that you have when you get here. And I think that that's something that was particular about the Christ. His purpose was so great. Or is it that we just don't have access to those stories and someone doesn't want that out? But for sake of discussion, we will assume that there's no sexual connotation associated with Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even how he got here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should remove that outside of this discussion, unless we're talking about morality and sin. But we don't have to know each other. We don't have to do nothing. If I saw you walking across the desert sand, I'd go over there and hit it and keep walking.
Mm.
I ain't got to be in love with you and know you and get off. No, I mean, that's something else. That ain't love.
Mm-hmm.
That's sexual behavior. And people who don't control their sexual behavior usually have problems. It's more so a control thing when it gets to the level of you're wanting to hurt other people and all these types of things and all these confrontations that lead to death, incarceration, and disease and unwanted pregnancy. That's a whole different thing from, boy, I'll sure want some of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. There are people that engage
But
in
see,
sexual
what you gotta understand,
relationships. What you got to
understand too, Leonard, is yes, it could start. I just want some of that, man. That looks good. I want some of that. But when you go down that road, there's a lot of forks in that road, and which one are you going to go down? Which one are you going to take? Because that I just want something could start on it could be a single lane road that I just want to hit that. But as you progress, you got different lanes that can veer into, and you have to be real careful which lane you take.
Well, yeah, because if you're not stable, psychologically or mentally stable, it's going to lead to problems.
Oh yeah,
one of the best things in the world for me is not to deal with this issue of trust as much. You do it. Let's say me and Annie. Do I trust Annie? I trust Annie to do whatever Annie wants to do. If me and Annie never lie to one another, we shouldn't have any issues. That's how I am.
But see, her thing. I'm going to go to Tucson as well. But her thing was this right here. Far too
Then
often.
she assumed that woman was a virgin.
Well, she said she was.
She
But
never assumed the guy was a virgin.
Well, he had a
He wasn't.
he had a reputation around town. He had a reputation around town.
See how you got to add all that extra stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Annie jumped straight to Poe Gov.
Mm-hmm. I got but listen, but see, a lot of times that's happened. I could go historically, I could go way on back, and
Man,
that
they
is
out here looking to be caught. I don't know what you're talking about.
Lord Jesus.
Is that a worm on that hook?
No,
man, please. I refuse to let women have that today. Next.
But my thing is this right here. You got to understand. You got to deal with both sides of the coin. Both sides of the coin is corrupt.
Right.
Both sides of the coin is corrupt.
Right.
So, we can't just point the finger and say, "Well, the women." No. We would be very unfair to the women if we did that. Because there are some men out there.
We should be considerate about being unfair to the men.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why I say both ways. Let me go to Cassandra Alexander Green. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Cassandra, I'm so glad you're here.
Cassandra, can you hear me? She's on the video side. She's new at this. Turn your mic on, Cassandra. Turn your microphone on. Cassandra, she's over there working with the microphone, trying to figure that microphone out. Go to your settings and turn your microphone on. Why she's doing that, Tucson? Talk to me, brother.
The conversation that I heard sounds like Adam and Eve and God conversation.
Leonard shaking his
God
head no.
comes
Go ahead.
walking in the garden, the story is, in the cool of the day, evening, whatever, and asking Adam, where you at? I paraphrased all through this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam says, we was naked. I don't know what we was doing naked, but we naked.
Who told
God
you?
says, who told you that? Sounds like you've been disobedient.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversation, the blame game starts going on. That's what we do.
Immediately.
It's either the man's fault or the woman's fault. It's somebody's fault, but it ain't mine.
Mm-hmm.
That woman you gave me, oh, now that sounds like Adam is saying, it's your fault in the first place, God. If you wouldn't have never gave me what I asked for because I was lonely, I wouldn't be in this predicament. That's what it sounds like. You're lonely, you ain't supposed to be with the monkey and the cow. So you with what I put what you had to put you to sleep to get you there. Because the gorilla wasn't kind of had two arms and two legs, kind of like you, but it just wasn't fitting.
No, ain't the same.
But that woman you gave me a woman. I was talking about this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Good. Now I'm complaining because I got caught in being disobedient. And the woman comes on the scene after being blamed by the man. He said, that serpent beguiled me. What you doing with the serpent? You're in bad company. You got to be careful about the company you keep. Might be jacked up, tore up from the floor up. And you can't blame Adam. Now, the penalty of what you did, you knew it. Why do we rather believe a lie than the truth? We ain't changed none. Because the truth is you're going to die.
Yeah.
The reality is you ain't failed yet. It's like getting away, Raheem. you got
story.
You didn't get away.
You know, I'm not big on Adam and Eve.
Well, I can't wait till Cassandra get on. Because
I can't wait either. I'm so looking forward to hearing from her today.
If it's that that something that kill you? Ask Cassandra the question. I can't wait till you answer them. You
Mhm.
gonna live forever.
Lord, Lord. Let me go to Annie from Mississippi. Annie, talk to me. Annie from Mississippi. Annie might have stepped away from the phone. Second. Yeah. Annie from Mississippi, are you there? Leonard, talk to me, brother.
It's just we have different conversations about it. You know, this is why I'm not in love with y'all Adam and Eve story. It's just it's a lot of holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be a better way explanation. You know, just using what we, you know, when somebody started talking about something like, well, you know, Adam, I don't know Adam.
You know Adam.
Don't talk to me about no freaking Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Adam was the name, and people talking about you shouldn't do this. Well, when was the wedding? When was the wedding they had? They ain't had but two commands: be fruitful and multiply. That's
Mm-hmm.
your story, not
But
mine.
it said when God brings two together, they become one. So if they had to lay him down and put him into the deep sleep and from that deep sleep he pulled Eve out of Adam, they were
Who else
already
he
one.
was gonna cheat? Who else he
They
was
was
gonna sleep
already
with?
well, they was already one. They was already one Be-
Right. So
because she came from him.
so please don't compare our relationships to Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're making a fool of yourself.
Mm-hmm. But the
It's a
marriage
whole
bond.
lot. That story is so wild, and it's so accepted. You would a rational person would say to themselves, "Wait a minute now, come on, just one man, just one woman. What's the problem?" The
Mm-hmm.
problem had nothing to do with their sexuality or anything like that at all. The
No.
problem had to do with obedience.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a story about obedience, not relationship, really. But we've used it and exploited it to the point that that's why everybody crazy, because it makes no sense in how you're trying to use the story as it relates to our relationship with one another. It's all, to me, discipline. We could say, well, it's natural, it's the way God created, but you got clothes on. But
So
when
you
they
said
started off, they didn't. God didn't even have a
everybody.
problem with it.
So you saying everybody should walk around naked?
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying from the story now, the text, it seems as if you should have been naked.
Mm-hmm.
And the devil brought the shame, which I don't even know how that works if you were the one that went to hide.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something about you. But see, the lesson is when you're disobedient and you know you're disobedient, when called about it, you make excuses and you hide
Mm.
instead of owning up to what you did. That's the story. That's the moral. The moral of that story is about obedience. Now, I loved Miss Annie, I know above than just her voice, but the content just made
Mm-hmm.
me laugh.
Mm-hmm. Why
She
so?
immediately made the woman subservient and almost as if ripe for being taken advantage of,
Mm-hmm.
immediately putting her in the position of the victim.
The woman.
Yes,
Mm.
sexuality does not have to be a victimizing situation. I don't even know why we would paint that picture unless we were talking about those things that I mentioned before: rape, molestation, and all those things. Why
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to have that conversation a little bit more rational.
Mm-hmm.
not just based on what you heard or what you read, but on what you've experienced. Miss Cassandra I love Miss Cassandra for the very simple fact in her vow of celibacy, because it's one of the greatest temptations of man. And to be able to discipline yourself in this manner puts you so much closer to the Creator, because no one else has your attention as it relates to how you live and make decisions. Some people act like, I just do what God, but you're not God and you're not Jesus, and that was never the intent. You were created as such, and God says from the story, you shouldn't even be alone. So he gave you a mate. You were immortal. You could do and just be free. That's what the context of the story seems to be. But disobedience ruined that, not sex.
Wow. Annie from Mississippi, you back with us? Annie, you there?
I am.
What do you say to that? He said immediately you made the woman the victim and you victimized her. In what you said. How do you feel about that?
Well, actually, most of the time we are the victim.
Oh, man.
Most of the time I get what you're saying, but a lot of times women are the victim, because, you know, a lot of times men can mislead women and make them think that they're looking for long term when they're really looking for one night.
Really?
Yeah.
Lord.
I mean, a lot of times now, you know,
yeah,
when a woman starts dating a man, and let's just say on the second or third date, she's already at the altar. Her mind is already on her wedding dress. Her mind is already on, you know, what color her wedding's going to be. Whereas the man just maybe
sound
just
crazy. Sound crazy.
Women love deeper than men. I believe that, and they love quicker than men. Not all men, some, but women have they are more emotional. They get tied to men quicker.
They do.
I believe
they do.
I think that's part of the curse, actually.
Do it and go home, go to bed. Huh?
I think that's part of the curse, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of times, you know, when a woman dates a man, she's already on relationship. She's already on, you know, them being together, and that's. But sometimes men don't have that. They don't have have those intentions. Some guys like to have the pleasure, but they don't want to give a title. Why is it that men don't want to have the title? They feel like if they get the title, they're tied down. Like, you know, we having fun, we enjoy each other, but, you know, we're not in no girlfriend, boyfriend type deal. And some men, you know, some guys like that, but most women don't want to hear about that. Most women are, when they start being with the man a couple of times, you know, and they hanging with him, that's their man. And they're going to meet at the altar one day. I mean, that's just how I feel. I don't know.
A lot of times men don't want the title. They don't want a title because it locks them down and it locks them in. And, you know, if you walk around here talking about I'm your boyfriend, and then I see this other little thing I want to get with, now, you know, they gonna look at me like, hold on, now, ain't you Susan's boyfriend? Nah, me and Susan friends, we hang out from time to time, but you know that don't mean, man, you can't, you know, go pick up a little something.
But my thing is, if you don't want to be the boyfriend, don't play the role.
What is that?
Don't come to her house on a Friday night. Don't, you know, take her out to dinner. Don't get in her bed. Don't promise her the moon.
Hold on, let's not be hostile about
and then
this
get
now.
up and go home to Susie. You know, if you don't want to be the boyfriend, don't play the role.
Yeah, but let's not be hostile about this now. You talking about the coaching? You talking about we can't get no coaching? But see, but
I don't know why I don't like when you say that.
What, coochie? Yeah, coach. But my thing is, but see, but I'm being silly, but at the same time, I do understand what Annie is saying, and she's making a lot of sense, man. Because if you know, how Tucson said that thing, if you don't want the cow,
What did you say, Raheem?
if you don't want the cow, leave the milk alone, huh?
It's a free milk.
Yeah.
Free
If
milk.
you don't want
You
the
don't want to buy a
cow,
cow. You don't
leave
want to buy a
it.
cow. You want
Leave
to-
it.
Wow.
Oh, Raheem, I know. What did you get for saying?
No, she's actually trying to come on to the she's trying to come on to the video side. Yeah.
Come on, right on time. Watch that. Because you called the thing that Linda don't like. I didn't mention the thing that swings on trees, and Cassandra calls it cookie.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
And milk
And
and
you ain't getting none.
cookies. You ain't getting
I can't with y'all. Y'all
and milk
terrible.
and cookies.
But Raheem,
Yes, sir.
when we get to the point where we start, and I'm kind of like, let love you, my sister, Annie from Mississippi. But women are smarter than that.
Come on now. Thank
Matter
you,
of fact,
Tucson.
I would even go as far as to say they're tricky in a sense to say, almost to say.
Mm.
They stay ahead of the game all the time. And let me tell you why. When they get to the point that they discovered and they figured it all out, you wind up with a bucket and a can of beans in the house that was full and now it's empty. Bank account too, gone. They done already planned it out. They done figured it out. Why you figure it all out in your hurt and you can't figure it out in them sweet moments? Oh, yes, you do. You see it coming. But you just love flowers. You love holding hands. Did you notice that your hand ain't being held tight?
Lord.
I'm just saying. When are we going to get to the point that we say, let me just use this for example. Now, and you might like this. You might like this. I know you don't. You say you don't like the Adam and Eve story, but I'm gonna go back to it anyway because I believe that if none of it's true, if all of it's not true, none of it's true. That's just what I believe. That's just me. Ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. Okay. So, and then there's more truth that's in the Bible that's not in the Bible. So let that be said. Okay. Suppose. Just suppose now. Let's just think this thing over. Without playing the blame game, Adam and Eve would have went hand in hand, arm in arm, before God. Rather God looking for them, they stand there waiting on Him to confess.
I agree.
We've done wrong.
Mm.
We did.
There you
You
go.
told us not to. And here we come before you, humbly submitting and say, we wrong. We was wrong. We shouldn't have. No,
we did
we shouldn't have, but
wrong. We
did
wrong. We did wrong.
If we would, instead of blaming it on somebody else, because you don't have to listen to the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Even gives you a avenue for when the devil comes, you say you resist that joker.
Mm-hmm.
I almost said something. But I'm trying to guide my tongue because Mama's listening.
Yes, Lord.
I need adopting, Raheem. That's why I keep calling her Mama.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta have somebody to make me act right.
Yeah, exactly.
My wife, she ain't gonna play them games.
Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna act right. But suppose they would have went and without even blaming the devil, you say, God, that thing that you told us not to do, here we are naked before you, and we wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What they would rather take the penalty of death than to confess.
Mm,
I like little stories like that. Leonard, that's why I use it. That's
that's
why
good.
they're there for using.
Hmm.
Not that I use them, but I'm just saying.
That's good. That's
I
good.
just want to say that.
That's good. So, Annie, I'm asking a question again. Should sex be given a murder charge? Because sex has caused so much disruption and all kind of thing. And like you said earlier, it was created by God for this good, for the good. But man, a lot of time have has a tendency to change things and to turn what God made for good and try to turn it to evil or put it in an evil situation or position in their lives. So should sex be given a murder charge, Annie?
No, it should not be. God knew that when He created sex, He created man and woman. When you start having sex, your emotions get
Mm-hmm.
involved.
Mm-hmm.
When you start having sex, you laying down with the person, they touching on you, your bodies are being, you being tied together. God means that to be for somebody that's going to be, married, for your husband, for your wife. But we have, like I stated earlier, we have misused it. And that's why a lot of things happen right now, cheating over here and all this other stuff. And somebody going to jail, somebody going to prison, somebody getting killed. It's because our emotions get attached. And God knew that. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why he wanted us to be married. It's best to be, to marry than burn. But if you don't even want us even laying down with people. That's your body, this man inside of your body, those emotions right there. And God knew it was going to happen. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why he created it the way he did. So it's not about the sex, it's about it's so common now to just meet somebody, lay down with them, go home, go to bed, forget about them. That's so common these days rather than doing it the right way. Young people can do that. Young people don't have some young people have no problem laying down and, keep on going. But a lot of times, when people start doing it over and over again with the same person, their emotions will become involved and they become attached.
Mm-hmm.
They start liking this person, they start wanting this person, they start wanting to be with this person, and then when you pull away or when she pull away, that's a whole new set of problems right there.
Mm-hmm.
So I
So
want to
people,
ask y'all something. Let me ask you a question.
okay.
Something I found out the other day. Okay, we know that God made man and a woman, a male and female.
Yes.
So there's one thing on this earth that God made, one male on this earth that God made that can have babies. What is that?
Come on, like a hermaphrodite or something like that.
What now?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just throwing a word out there. What you call a hermaphrodite? What do you call that thing? What supposed to have two sexes or something?
That's a male that can give birth that God made,
Mm,
and He made it to give birth.
mm. I don't want that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Think about it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I ain't no heard of that one now. Mm-mm.
The seahorse can give birth.
A seahorse.
A
Oh my
seahorse can give
goodness.
birth. Yeah.
There ain't no man.
I just show back up and now y'all talking about
A
seahorses.
male seahorse can give birth.
Okay, well, he can have that. More power to him. Power to the
No,
people. He can have that.
no, I'm saying, I found this out the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The female have the egg,
Yeah.
but she put the egg in the male's pouch. He gives
Mhm.
birth to the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's that. You. I don't think you're talking about somebody walking around. Though. I think it's.
No, I don't mean no human. I'm talking about a male, not a human.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And see, that's part that threw me off when you said a male. I was thinking about a man walking around here talking about.
I'm just saying.
No, not man.
Annie be saying
I
this.
was watching the other day a documentary, and I was watching how the male give birth to the baby. Yeah, the female have the egg,
Watch
and
this.
she
Watch
put them in
this.
the male's pouch,
So
and then
Annie.
he give birth to multiple babies.
So Annie, was that interesting to you to find out that the man had the baby?
That was interesting because I've watched how men society have done everything in the world to try to get a man to have a baby. But
Mm-mm.
God's not created that way. It ain't gonna happen. But the one thing that can give babies, the one male that God did create to help the bigger babies to have birth are the seahorses.
Mm.
And that was very interesting to me. Yeah.
I wonder how he feel about that. All these men running around here, ain't none of them having no doggone baby, but yet still, you want me to walk around here and having a baby? Now, man, God, we got to talk about this now. How in the world?
I don't necessarily want to have your baby.
I
And
don't want to have no baby, but I'm just saying though, out of all these people walking around here, ain't none of these men having no baby. Now all of a sudden, here you go telling me that I got to be the one to push out the baby. Anyway,
and think about it. You know, as far as your story is concerned,
yeah,
it may have almost seemed as if there wouldn't have been any pain in childbirth had it not been for disobedience.
it would not have been. Nope, she did that to herself.
You know, so it's funny to me. Annie, would you want a man to have your baby?
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. I'm pretty much fine on how it goes, actually, myself.
Yeah,
I kind of like the way it's set up already.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it like it is. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Y'all can argue with the creator about why it is the way it is. But I know that disobedience has a lot to do with our current situation.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell y'all, Cassandra, she's trying to get in. She came in. Something's going on with her line.
Yeah, just call on that phone.
Yeah. She had issues with her phone too. You know, Cassandra lost.
She's my hero when it comes to this.
Mm-hmm. I believe that T is your hero over there. I heard that teacup. But Tucson, talk to me, brother.
Tucson, I think that some women would love their man to have a baby if it would make them suffer.
You might be right. You might be right.
Just to make them hurt, feel the pain. They'll be pushing that baby over to them in a minute. Go on and get it. Okay, I almost said something ugly, but I'm gonna be nice.
Look at him. If Tucson, I believe if we had to be the one to push out them babies, man, starting tomorrow, I think the population will drop dramatically. The population is gonna be a decrease in the population, or it's gonna be a strong decrease.
Well, here's the kicker. Where you gonna push it at?
I'm not with y'all. I'm not.
Where the animals push it at?
I'm not having this conversation with y'all.
Where the animals push it at? Okay.
I tell you what. I can't say that. I just thought about what I was going to say, but I can't say that. You have, unfortunately or fortunately, it has to be designed to come out of a sex organ. How you like it now? And some organs that we use for sex ain't meant for sex. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Exactly. Leonard, talk to me, brother.
I'm so lost right now.
Please.
I have no idea where we're trying to go. I think this thing has gotten off the rails. I'm not even sure what our point is.
Tucson took a turn. I thought that's your brother. I thought you were gonna run with him. That's your brother, ain't it?
And Tucson I was like, well, what is Tucson talking about?
Hey, you always say the same thing. Y'all cut from the same cloth.
Y'all be using, sometimes y'all use strange words and phrases.
Look at you. See, you the one to say, me and Tucson, we came from the same place, we cut from the same cloth, and now you're gonna disown the brother. How you gonna do him like that?
I'm just saying, when he was saying what he was saying, it could be, it's we both have the same, like, one, I'm into the moral of the story, where this is more to me of a carnal conversation.
Is sex incriminating? I don't think
There,
incriminating.
there's nothing incriminating about it. I mean, it's behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just think of it as just behavior,
Are we misbehaving?
yes,
Mm.
yes,
Wow.
yes, we're not making a lot of us are not making the best decisions
Mm-hmm.
when it relates to sex. Some of us some of us are having it too early.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Should there be an age that some, because
We have one.
I started real young, brother.
We have one,
Yeah.
and it's legal.
Mm-hmm. Which is?
Well, in Georgia, I believe consent is 17, 16 in some cases, as it relates to our laws related to Romeo and Juliet, Romeo and Juliet laws and things of
Mhm.
that nature. 16 is very much, I believe, society accepts as when you need to start being about adult business.
Mm-hmm.
Some cultures celebrate at 13
Mm.
and
So young.
introduce you to the world as a man or a woman of
Mhm.
childbearing age, especially a female. If you notice, usually most of these things are centered around, and for what people don't teach anymore, menstruation.
Mm-hmm.
Menstruation was the factor of childbearing age that happens when you start to menstruate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you's a woman now.
And it won't happen before.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally we have a thing going on that we have to imply some moral value to it, because naturally we're sinful.
And Leonard,
Yeah.
in Color Purple, was something wrong with Mr. Man? Cause
Yeah. Mr. was crazy as hell.
Cause Mr. Man come on over for one daughter, man, and Mr. did that switch like they did in the Bible, man. Mr. You get this one, and
Right.
he sent and he sent the other one off with him.
Because you have to remember Alice's Walker's story, in that part of the story is heavy about incest.
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy on incest.
Mm-hmm.
And people forget that that's how this story starts out.
Yeah.
With incest.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the best story in the world, but it's definitely a picture of what goes on with some people. So when people get to talking about this age, that age, well, you too young. Well, how old was you? Let's start with you first.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go talk about nobody else. Let's start with you, because that's the only thing that you know is you.
Wow.
So you sitting around here telling everybody else they too young, but you wasn't too young?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. We make so many excuses for behavior instead of teaching what we should be teaching. We should be teaching obedience in order to shape discipline, and discipline controls behavior. Remember when it was no sex before marriage?
Yeah.
I know a couple of people who still don't believe in sex outside of marriage, and they have not had any unless they were married.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are you at? Let me go. Cassandra, are you with us this morning?
No.
Cassandra, I got a question for you. And they've been calling for you, Cassandra. They've been calling for y'all morning, and both Leonard and yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Yes, I sure can.
Okay.
Well, you said nope. Yeah, we got you. We got you now. Cassandra, should sex be given a murder charge? Because sex has caused so much disruption, pain, murder, and all kind of stuff throughout the history of time, throughout the annals of time. So should sex be given a murder charge? Cassandra?
She got to figure it out, right?
Oh, that what it is?
Because it's a terrible question.
Do, 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 do,
I can you hear?
Huh?
I couldn't hear the question.
Should sex be given a
My
should
com-
sex be given a murder charge? Toussaint said something real bad about you, Cassandra. He said you don't remember.
I can.
We're not.
Cassandra, can you hear me?
What did he say?
I think she's having. Huh? No, Toussaint said you don't remember.
But I can't hear the question.
She's still going in and out, Raheem.
You can't hear? Let me see. Hold on. Just here and bring her back in again. Okay. Can you hear me now?
No.
No.
Yes,
she's having
I
some
hear
issues
you.
with the line. We got. Okay. Good. What do you say to that? Should sex be given a murder charge? Is she thinking again, Leonard?
No. We can't hear her.
Yes. Cassandra, I believe she's talking, but she's having that.
Yeah, it's a lot of delay or whatever's going on.
She's having an issue with it. Cassandra, go out and come back
Can
in.
you hear me?
It's going. Go ahead. When we get you talking, we want to keep you talking. Go ahead. Cassandra, go out and come back in. I think there's a connection.
That's what she said.
When I start again.
Set out your day. Go start out your day constitution when you start again. I don't know what that means, Cassandra.
Man, I don't know what y'all doing right now.
Okay, let me go to Ryan. Cassandra, she has an issue with a line. Okay, go ahead. Acres. Okay. Oh, see, the way your message coming across right now, we can't hear. We're gonna hear some real strange as you saying, Cassandra. So this is what we're gonna do. Go out and come back in. Go out and come back in. Because we no. She might put the wrong message.
I'm just not getting it. Why you keep asking that question, bro?
Because that's our topic, man. We gotta
why should I be a murderer just because I have sex?
I didn't say you. I say should the act of sex be given a murder charge? Should sex be given a murder charge based on anything?
Why would we be considered murderers?
No, not you. See, you think we're talking about you. We're not talking about you. We're talking about the act of sex.
I've performed that act.
Yeah. Did you perform murder?
And I'm probably going to continue.
Murder was the case that they gave me.
This old crazy question you asked, and I like the way Annie sounds. That's the only reason why I've been able to hang on to the conversation.
You're doing a good job. Keep hanging on. Keep hanging on. Ryan.
Y'all on some crazy stuff. I'm going back to bed.
Man,
you ain't going back to bed. You ain't going back there. You on that, brother. Should sex be all the stuff that sex has caused, mishap and all the things, murders and all kind of stuff that sex has caused throughout the annals of time? Should sex be given a murder charge?
Don't kill yourself. Don't kill yourself, Ryan, because he's trying to make you kill yourself.
Yeah, I'm in deep trouble.
Yes, aren't we all?
Yes, Lord.
Hey, well, I don't know. Can we charge utensils for making you fat?
Sometimes.
No, it ain't the utensils' fault. It's your fault.
And like Leonard said earlier, can you charge the gun for killing people?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What about cars? Hammers. Hammers kill more people than guns.
You say hammers? Good Lord.
Hammers.
you're gonna beat the brakes off somebody with that hammer,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
There's a
Yeah.
certain satisfaction that comes from that you wouldn't
yeah.
understand.
You got
I would
sound
not
effects
understand.
and all kinds of
I don't want to know about that, brother.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I don't want to know that. He's about the sound effect and all kind of. Nah, I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to know
Oh
none of that.
man,
I don't want to know none of that.
you can't be turning sex into murder.
Thank
That's
you.
something that
Sex has murdered a lot of people, though, hasn't it?
no, people kill people.
Mm. The act of sex. So if a person
I
performs
mean,
an
if you
act of
kill
sex and
somebody
they get
during sex,
no,
you
no, no,
you
no, no, no,
packing
no.
some real heat.
How many people has AIDS killed?
Yeah, but I mean, you're reaching
I'm
limits.
asking. I'm the question asking. That's all I do. I ask the question my audience might want to know. So
You
how many
have
people?
you have to send a letter to Dr. Fauci.
Oh no, you didn't get no facts out of him.
No, I mean, as far as he's concerned, AIDS is airborne. So
Lord Jesus, Lord.
that's a fact. He said it. No, man, you can't turn wow, sex into murder. I mean, that was a gift. As far as I'm concerned, that was a gift given to us. And if you packing
Ryan,
that kind of heat,
let's stay right there for a second. You say that was a gift given to us, and I do agree with that. But did
yeah,
we as human beings, people, did we mess it up, destroy the gift, or turn it filthy? Did we take
yeah,
something that was so
I think
pure and
yeah, I think we've tainted it quite
yeah?
a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and we've destroyed the sanctity, if you want to give it that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that title. Because I mean, you look at social media, porn, um, strip clubs, all these things that are extensions, but use that model, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it has corrupted people's minds to a point where they think what they see on the porno or what somebody that's been doing some strange things that's not the norm per se
Mm-hmm.
uh, gets them into that is the new norm,
Mm-hmm.
choking people and all of that stuff. Like that's not how it was intended to be, and
Mm-hmm.
it kind of like it blurs the line between uh, erotica and what the actual purpose is, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you put it in a broad spectrum, if we just stuck to sex for what it was intended to do, you're right. We wouldn't have AIDS. We wouldn't have a lot of things that's going wrong in the sexual community. We just be procreating and that's it.
So basically, and I don't know how this gonna work out, but basically, what I'm hearing you say is sex is supposed to be go out and reproduce, make offspring. And so once you do that, if you lay with your significant other one time, she becomes pregnant, and you're not supposed to do it no more for the duration of their pregnancy, and then wait till after that. They say 6 weeks, and then how many people gonna do that? How many
No,
people?
not many. But if you look at truth, besides us, dolphins are the only other mammals on the world that have sex just for fun.
Mm.
That's
I,
crazy.
I knew I liked the Miami Dolphins for something. Let me
You
go.
know what? Something's really wrong with you. Something's really wrong with you.
Let me go to let me go to Kirk. Kirk, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, what up, man? Sound like y'all cutting up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. We I thought it was a light topic, man, but it's getting a little complicated. We're gonna switch to something else in a minute or two. But my thing is this, Gertie. Should sex be given a murder charge out of all the things that is done and disruption that is caused, murders, chaos, all kind of stuff that sex is called? Should it be given a murder charge?
No,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Why not?
Such thing you won't have a planet, man. You won't have a planet.
Mm-hmm.
You won't have a sex.
Say what?
It is a billion people having sex right now while we talk.
Mm.
Somewhere in the world, somebody is getting it in
That hoochie coochie.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one thing, in my opinion, that is happening every single minute of the day, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna do that?
Mm. I don't know, brother. Talk to me.
It ain't nothing to talk about. No, that's preposterous.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tyson used to say, so different.
So sex is just as innocent as it always has been.
Sex is what?
As innocent as it has always been.
As sinister?
Innocent.
I ain't said nothing about sex was innocent. You said that.
I
I
asked
ain't
the
say
question.
nothing about it being innocent.
I asked the question.
Saying it's the one thing. I'm just saying it's the one thing that goes on, I believe, every waking second of the day. Somebody is having sex somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If we could scale that and find where there was no sex going on, man, do you know what kind of awards we would get for that?
Mm.
There's no way in the world you can make me believe, and it's just me, that sex is not happening somewhere in the world every second of the day.
Mm. Mm. Baby making music. All right, good deal. Anybody else have anything else they want to say on this topic before we move on to the next one?
Oh, I know what I would like to say,
do,
Raheem.
I'm sorry.
Go, ladies are first, Annie. Go
Yes,
ahead.
ma'am. Go ahead.
I just want to say, women have gotten so tired of giving their body away to men that's so undeserving. And now that they use their own little toys to do what they gotta do.
Annie.
They don't need a man. Their little toys will not lie to them or cheat on them, so they know where they are at all times. Women don't need a man anymore, so that's what I want to say, because their emotions are not tied to toys.
But see, a lot of time, and sometimes, boy, you got these men jumping up and down want to talk now. But sometimes, Annie, you know, a person wants somebody they can hold, and then it's just that, bzzz, you know, you can't hold that. Bzzz, you can't hold on to that. Now you can hold. You know, you might want somebody to hold.
You lied to either.
You know, you don't even have to. You know, it's so funny to me that Annie just goes straight to lying and carrying on.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all open the door. I just walked right up in there. Y'all open the door.
No, Annie, now you came out like we was just horrible off the rip, and that I'm somehow taking advantage of you in the situation and all this other stuff and whoop. No. I just happened to sniff, and that's where it was at. It wasn't that big of a deal to me.
Who was that? What's that noise? Oh, that's our boyfriend. Somebody else wanted to say.
No, I don't know what you're saying. You sound wonderful saying it though. I just don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Oh, you sound so nice saying that. I ain't understand you, but it sounds so nice. It sounds nice when you said it. It sounds real nice.
Andy could whisper in your ear, jump off a cliff, and you won't even realize what's going on till you're free fall.
Yeah. Hey, Leonard, you fall.
But I'm taking advantage of Andy though.
But look at Leonard. While you falling, you looking up at her tomorrow. What I do next? Nothing.
It's your baby. Okay, Andy.
508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. The phone lines are open. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Anybody else have anything they want to say on this topic before we move on to the next one? Leonard, you're gonna love this next topic too. You're gonna love it.
Well, we need to get off. Trust me. I guarantee you I will. I guarantee you I'll like the next topic.
Almost as much as you love this one, right?
And it don't worry my nerves. Go ahead.
Tucson.
Mm.
Tucson, everybody it's a privilege for everybody to vote, right? It's a privilege. It's a privilege to vote, right? Isn't it? Huh?
Yeah, I get it. Not to anybody.
Mm-mm.
It's not a privilege to be able to vote.
No.
No, everybody don't even push it. They don't even consider it.
Well, whether they do it or not,
They
that's
ain't
whether they do it or not, that's one thing. But it is a privilege to be able to
Yeah.
vote.
Okay.
We fought for that. You have a right to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We fought for it. Them
Okay.
other folks didn't.
Okay.
Next.
That's good. That's good. So,
Yeah, and they ain't fighting no more for it.
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but my question is this: is it also a privilege not to vote? Because some people say I'm not, regardless of what it is, who's running, how important it is, and we know the importance of voting. We know here, but is it a privilege not to vote? Because some people just will not do it. So what do you say to that?
What's the opposite? What's the opposite of a privilege? I gotta go look that up.
Look it up and let me know.
Well, it's kind of like just giving in to whatever anybody want to do that pertains to your life. That's what not voting is.
Just
Just
conforming to
hey,
whatever's out there. Just conforming to whatever it is.
Whatever you decide for me, it's okay.
Wow.
That's when you don't vote.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, that's what you're saying. Whatever you decide for me, I'm good with it.
Just drive the ship
Because
wherever you take it to, and I'm gonna be right here riding.
I'm just on the train, taking a ride. If you vote me, if there's an election that re-implements slavery, I'm good with it, and it don't matter. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to anyway.
Wow.
Isn't that what it's saying? I mean, I might be wrong.
Yeah. Talk to me. Yes, sir.
I mean, if you don't, let me see how I say it. If you have a key, I guess, to your car, and you have a steering wheel to drive it, and you just keep the key in your pocket, that's not a good example. But come to think about it. But it's just take the ride. I'm just on the train. Just all aboard.
Lord.
Where you going? It don't matter.
Don't
It
matter. Wherever the train goes.
I'm going. I'm good. Whatever. It's okay. Whatever. You want me to go this way? Hey, I'm just in it. It don't matter. Take me where you want me to go. You in control, and I don't care. Does that sound about right? I mean, if you don't vote, and you just say, "Okay, y'all gonna do y'all," but you gonna reap whatever they do. It's gonna affect you one way or another, but you just don't care. They can implement any law in the world. It's gonna affect you, but it is what it is.
Bring it on. It's
kind of like all I'm gonna do is just touch my toes and see how it works out.
Wow. Dude, boy, Lord Jesus, boy, Lord Jesus, Curtis, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to vote. Is it also a privilege not to vote?
What's that question again, right here?
It's a privilege to vote. We agree that it's a privilege to vote, but some people just ain't gonna vote. They don't care what it is. Like Tucson said, they're just gonna bend over and touch their toes. That's 2 songs of visual, y'all. But is it also a privilege not to vote?
Okay, I was trying to mute the on TV. So your question is, because you have a privilege to vote, is it also a privilege not to vote?
Yes. Is it also a privilege to not vote? I'm not going out there voting. I don't care what y'all say or how y'all say it. It's my right, it's my privilege. If I don't want to vote, that I don't have to vote. Is it a privilege not to vote?
Oh, it's a right. You have a right not to vote.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to have a right of understanding that says if you don't vote, you don't have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You can't then cast opinions on rules and regulations that's coming down if you have not participated in the process. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. And that whole BS about, well, it don't matter, it don't mean nothing. Well, if it don't matter and it don't mean nothing, why these people keep asking for it? If it don't matter and it don't mean nothing, why these people keep asking for your money? Quit listening to the same person. You got these people telling you not to vote or to cast a vote for the cast a no vote. They telling you how bad the system is and how bad, oh no, you don't need to vote. They ain't gonna do nothing but do this and do that and do this and do that. While all at the same time asking you to send the money.
Wow.
Somebody make that make sense, man.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Somebody make it make sense. That's almost like, in my mind, that's almost like me telling you that it oh no, you can't have a drink. You know, you shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be drinking. The whole while I'm telling you shouldn't be drinking, I'm asking you for money so I can go to the bar.
Wow.
Those very same people that's asking, that's putting out, in my opinion, those very same people that's putting out this, you don't need to vote, blah blah blah. It's the same people that's going in the booth and pulling the thing for their candidate.
Mm-hmm.
America, listen. There's a reason why this is a major in college at institutions of higher learning. There's a reason why you can get a doctorate in this particular subject, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why it's called a science, bro. In political science, what a lot of people do not realize in politics, what a lot of people do not realize and don't let hit their brain, is that either if you vote or if you don't, you are being studied by political savvy people. It is all a human study. Oh, you know, given the situation, circumstances, it might go this way. Given the situation, circumstances, it might go that way. Given the situation, circumstances, it might go this way. Lastly, I'm going to land the plane right here, being as though we're talking about voting. Because I heard a name earlier that people are going to connect to the Democratic Party. And they're going to connect that name to the Democratic Party without even acknowledging the fact that that man done worked for the last 5 presidents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fauci done worked for the last 5 presidents.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to discredit that guy, not even realizing that if that guy wasn't sitting where he was sitting, especially during the Obama administration, most of us on this phone would probably be widowers or widows. So we talk about COVID. We talk about COVID like COVID was the real killer. It wasn't. The real killer was Ebola. And had that man not had an effective plan, and had we not had a president at the time that was willing to say, okay, look, I don't know nothing about this. Antonio, I need you to come over here and tell me what's going on. How we gonna deal with this? How are we gonna effectively deal with this? This cannot hit a city like New York, Atlanta, Chicago, Baltimore, LA, Dallas, Fort Worth, Phoenix. If this hit cities like that, it'll wipe the United States off the planet.
Okay, good deal. Good deal. Let's keep this thing going. Let me go to who am I gonna go to? Let me go to Cassandra. Cassandra, you back with us?
I'm here.
Good deal. Good deal. Good to have you, sis. I see you fought through that little situation. I'm glad you didn't give up on us. Is it if it's a privilege to vote, and some people say, I don't care what you say, who you got out there, whatever. I have the right if I want to, if I don't want to. It's my privilege if I don't want to vote. Is it also a privilege? Is it also a privilege not to vote?
Well, I won't use the term privilege. I'm with my bruh Kurt. It's your right to decide not to do it, but it is sad to me that people. It's just what Donald said. So if they decide to put in a law that that Black people will go back into slavery, and I mean, or anything that discriminates against us, which is happening on it seems like on a weekly basis now. They're trying to take away some kind of right, and you're not voting, then you voted for whatever it is. If it's for slavery, if it's for some type of oppression or suppression, you are saying, hey, yes, I don't think that Black people should be able to use the same bathroom. I don't believe, I mean, that may sound far-fetched, but let me tell you something. I need people who think like that. Read the story of Hitler's Rising. Read the story of Hitler's Rising. How people thought that, he was doing a good thing and it was, let's go with it. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Yeah.
So if you think that voting does not matter, that is one of the most, I ain't gonna say it, things that people could ever do. And it's sad. And I think a lot of what is happening now, as far as going backwards, is because of backward thinking people that believe that their vote really doesn't count.
Okay. Okay, good deal, good deal. Let's keep this thing going. I'm going to Shanavia. Shanavia, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning. I'm good. Hey, Miss Cassandra. How y'all
Hey,
doing? Lord, they gotta have their moment, y'all. But Navy, I'm asking a question. Yes, it's a privilege to vote, and we fought, and like I said earlier, we fought and we fought for that and earned that. So it's a privilege to vote. Is it also a privilege for the person to say, I don't want to vote? I don't care what you say. Is your right to vote? Is my right if I don't want to vote? So it's my privilege if I don't want to vote. What do you say to that?
Oh, I'm kind of going to piggyback off of what Ms. Cassandra said, or at least the parts that I was able to hear. But I mean, like, I don't know. I kind of feel like even if you're not voting, you're still voting. You may not be voting for what you feel is your best interest, but you're also like that vote doesn't count. It just doesn't count to whatever in your favor. And I feel like if you not go vote, that's your right to do that. If that's your choice to do that. But if you're not gonna exercise that right, then shut up about the outcome.
Just like that.
You elected not to, so therefore you should not complain about how it's weighed. It didn't work out in your favor. You voted against your best interest by not voting, so shut up about it. Whenever I didn't vote, a year that I didn't vote and something went wrong, guess what I did? I shut up about it.
Yeah.
Because I chose not to vote that year. So therefore, wherever the chips fall, that's the hand that I was dealt with for that year for whatever reason, however it affected me. I shut up about it. Because I mean, hey, I still voted by not voting. And this is what happened.
Exactly.
So shut up about it. That's kind of a little harsh, but it's true.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna say shut up, my neighbor. I'll say hush your mouth. How about that? That a little better. Hush your mouth. Hush up. Ain't got no right to be saying.
Yeah, we can go with that too, but some folks just need to shut up about it too.
Yeah, some folks need to shut up for real, and from Mississippi, what do you say to that, man? It's my privilege. If I don't want to vote, it's my privilege not to vote. You can't make me go out there and vote for nobody. What do you say to that, Annie?
Well, you have a right. You have a right not to vote. That's up to you. No one's gonna, force you to vote. However, actions speak louder than words. So if I have so many problems with the person that's in office, and if I don't get up and make my way to the polls and make my voice be heard, then I have my words really it doesn't matter. They're totally in vain because my voice is in the polls. It's in the ballot on the ballot. So if I'm not going to go and vote, why would I complain about what's going on? Why would I even open my mouth up about something, when I had the opportunity to go out there and let my voice be heard? But many people are thinking that, okay, well, I'm not going to vote for either party, but you're still voting.
Yes.
Our foreparents fought for us to have this right to vote. So why would I not vote?
Come on.
Last year, no, not last year. A couple years back, I had the privilege of taking this guy to the polls that was 80-something years old. Never, ever voted. Always had the mindset of his vote don't count. And even though Mississippi is a red state, we still went out there and got him registered. And I still carried him, to the polls to vote, because I wanted him to know what it felt like to vote, even though, as I say, Trump always, come out in the southern states. He still voted, and he had the right. He loved it. He was very excited about doing something that he never planned on doing, because he thought, what, I ain't gonna do all that right there. Dropped out of school in the 3rd grade. Didn't have a whole bunch of knowledge about things, but it was a pleasure to do that, just to see him go out there and cast his vote. So we have the right not to go to the polls, but if you want change don't start, it starts in the poll, not in your living room screen at the television. That don't change anything. If you want change, you got to go out there and vote. And that's all to it.
Good deal. Good deal. Ryan, what do you say to that, brother? You have the privilege to vote, but some people say, I have the privilege not to vote. If I don't want to vote, you can't make me go out there. Just like it's your right to vote, it's my right not to vote if I don't want to. I have the privilege not to vote if I don't want to vote. Ryan, what do you say to that person?
Well, there's a lot of people out there who think the vote's already been decided years in advance. They already know who's running. So if they already know who's running, and they have so-called evidence of current presidents meeting with supposed future presidents, hey, you're next up to run. So let's have this conversation. They do all this backroom chatter. So people think that it's already been cast. It don't matter, right? People have this concept that they don't matter.
Wow.
And then you have things like, what happened in 2020, where people felt like, hey, what happened here? You just told me that this old coot got more votes than the most charismatic president ever, Barack Obama. I'll be honest with you, sure as hell didn't make sense to me. Nobody getting more votes than Obama did. So it's you got all these things out there, and I think that social medias and biased news sites and things like that, they play a role in all of this. Well, I'm not voting, it's not gonna matter anyway.
Yeah.
It convolutes people's thought process. It's not the same anymore. You don't have to do your research on your candidates because you can see everything online.
Yeah.
So they think that that's the end all be all, and then they either decide to vote or not to vote. And I think that you have a right to do neither, but you also have a right to shut your mouth if you don't.
Wow.
It's one of those things, like I've had those conversations a bazillion times, man. I'm so sick of this, sick of that. Blah, blah. Did you vote? Nah. See you. Miss me with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
What do you mean? I still live here, but you didn't participate in the process. And so when you don't vote, you're automatically giving a vote to the person that you don't want to vote for.
So basically, what I'm hearing you say is either use your voice or shut up.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what it's for.
Yeah, yeah.
Ancestors fought for that,
Mm-hmm.
especially for people of color.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big deal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We went through a whole mess load of crap to get that privilege, that
Yes.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to not use it just seems counterproductive to me. You just told everybody that's laying in the dirt, oh well, sorry about your luck.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. 508-924-3521. The phone lines are open. Give us a call. 508-924-3521. We'd love to have your input. Asking a question. Do you have the privilege not to vote? You have the privilege to vote. It was fought for. But do you also have the privilege not to vote? Let's go to Leonard. Talk to me, brother.
What you want me to talk to you about? You just this craziness that you keep talking about, a privilege not to do something.
Yes, sir.
The words
Yes,
don't
sir.
go together.
It does.
Words
It
don't go
does.
together.
In my vocabulary, it do. Now it might not go together in your
You
vocabulary.
don't have to vote. You have a right to vote that you do not have to exercise, most people.
Mm-hmm.
And let's not forget, everybody does not have the right to vote.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and that's what makes voting
that's
fit
interesting
into
to
the
me.
definition of
That's interesting to
privilege.
me. Okay.
Because some people are excluded
Why?
from voting.
Why?
Because they don't meet the simple rules sometimes of being a citizen of the United States.
Okay, but if you are a citizen, Constitution. But if you are a citizen here in the United States of America, born here on these soils, do you have the right or the privilege to vote?
Yes, you do have the right to vote, unless that privilege has been taken away from you for some reason.
And how would that be done?
You can become a convicted felon.
But you can run for president.
Right. Y'all should really do something about it, because the House of Representatives is currently trying to come up with ways to make everything that Trump did fine.
So I could have my right to vote taken away from me. I can have my right to vote taken away from me because of something that I did. So I can't vote no more because I committed a felonious act. But I can still, as a felony, run for the president of the United States of America, in which the people have to vote for.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And that's why you need to get involved, because there are people who have made those types of rules. And so you're going to let them keep doing things. And now you say, oh, I can't believe this man can run for president. I can believe it, because it ain't written that he can't do it. That's how law works. Is it written? Because if it's not law.
Hey, did you see? Hold on. Did you see? Leonard, you and I can see it. Did you see what Ryan said? What did you say about what Ryan said?
Ryan in that foolishness.
Huh?
I'm not messing with Ryan in that foolishness.
Okay. He said he's not a convicted felon, not a convicted felon.
Okay, if he want to believe he hasn't been convicted, fine.
He said not until the judge has passed down the sentence.
No, sentencing and conviction is two different things.
Yes,
sentencing follows conviction. It doesn't come before conviction. It comes after conviction.
The judge can still tell him this is a mistrial, have a nice day, and nothing's going to happen.
No.
That's interesting.
The case is over with. He can appeal the decision.
Brother, I love you, but I didn't go to school for 4 years for nothing.
Like I said, he can appeal the decision. But there is no open trial.
Okay. Good deal. Well, we're gonna keep this thing going. Let me go to Willow.
Captain. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Raheem.
Good morning.
And good morning, Morning Glow.
Good morning, sis. We almost took a turn there for a second. Had to put it back.
That sound like sunshine right there.
Sunshine and rain.
I tell you, I feel good this morning.
I can tell.
Yeah, well, actually, both of them are right. And that's the part that I really like about what you're talking about, because we do have the privilege. But what Leonard did was he laid out the things that changed that privilege. And then Ryan also gave good information. So see, but the bottom line is, through what both of them are saying are right, is it's not written. and sealed.
Mhm.
See, when things are done orderly and legally, it's documented and sealed.
Mhm.
Like sometimes you have to go to the Currency Exchange and you get it notarized. So some things, when you do important things like that, it has to be done that way. Because what everybody else has said, Navy, Cassandra, Tucson, everybody, what you're all saying, that's our voice.
Mhm.
And if you don't use it, then you might as well be quiet with the outcome.
Yeah.
Because that's the most important thing. And then think about this. Think about this. As you don't do something, the next generation is watching you not doing it.
Mhm.
2 reasons. First of all, they're looking at you. And second, you're not teaching them.
Mhm.
So just think about how many, because the power of numbers is effective. And if we got people thinking that way now, I know because I work at the polls. And
Mhm.
it's sad. It is so sad. And think about that. If you got this generation stopping what your forefathers died for, a privilege to be standing up there casting your vote, and you're not doing that, that's true. That's sad.
Mhm.
That just goes along with everything else you're not doing. Because as long as you're standing above ground and living on earth in a government with the United States, and you know we ain't gonna go there.
Mhm.
But living in the United States where everybody's trying to get to, because we got too much freedom. Yeah, I'm gonna say it, too much.
Mm.
Because look at what Lynn and them just what Ryan just said. You got a president running for president who's a convicted felony, but as a felony, I can't vote. That don't even make sense.
Mhm.
And that's on my heart, Raheem.
Good deal. Good deal. Cap, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey. Good morning to you.
Good
I
morning.
am doing absolutely blacktastic.
Yes, sir.
And good morning to my Morning Glow family.
Good deal. Good deal. Good to have you, man. We asking about the privilege. You have the privilege to vote. Ancestors fought for that. We now have the privilege to vote. But if a person say that, man, I don't want to vote, I don't care what you, just like you got the right to vote, I have the right not to vote. I have the privilege not to vote if I don't want to. Cap, what do you say to that person?
Well, first, let me say this. I heard what Dr. Leonard said, and of course, you know, that's my man's, and I love me some Dr. Leonard. And God knows when he speaks, he sounds like E.F. Hutton. And then I heard my man, Ryan, who's speaking from experience. And I like Ryan, and what he said I thought was knowledgeable. Then you threw in Sister Willa, a woman who made sense out of both of them. She made sense out of both of them to me. Thank you, Willa. Did a great job. I think it's highly blunt, and I can say I do believe that everybody has the right to do whatever they please. I think Willa probably would agree with me. It's called will. It's called will.
Yeah.
We mad that God gave us willpower. And even though that had nothing to do with voting, but it does have something to do with your power of independence to do what you want to do, not because the Constitution made you free. Come on, black folks, don't give that credit to a bunch of white men to sit around here and write a law and tell you and make you think you got rights. Come on, man, don't fall for that. You got rights because God gave you a human right. And if you choose to use it to vote, okay. Those that vote, hey, listen, I not only know that you believe in the voting process, but you're not talking the talk, you're walking the walk. And I thank you for being an advocate of voting and being an example of it. But every time people that vote And when you lose at the voting polls, you always want to blame it on the non-voting people. Right? Right, Brother Ryan?
Come on.
See? We almost were there. So the only reason why we lost by 2 votes is because black folks or some people don't vote. See? No matter 6 one way, half a dozen the other. So if you vote and you win, okay. If you vote, you don't win, it's because those that didn't vote did not vote. I think the process is an equal process. I don't know about Donald Trump. I thank you, Brother Ryan, for giving us the knowledge. You yourself, Dr. Leonard, I didn't know that you're not a convicted felon until you're sentenced. I thought, this is me talking, that once you're found guilty, and he was found guilty, we don't have to prove if he's guilty or is he innocent. That process is over with. The guilty and innocent is over with. So he's guilty. Now, what the judge can do, as Ryan said, he could call it a mistrial and we can start all over again. At the sentencing, the judge has the power to give him minimum or give him maximum. The judge has the power. The judge has the power to say, you got this, but I suspend that. But I don't know if he has the power to take that word filling off of it, but maybe do. But no, Raheem, I think, to agree with you, yes, you do have the right to vote and you do have the right not to vote. But you know what I think, Brother Raheem?
What's that?
I just think voting is very personal. You feel me? I really do. Voting is so personal that when you go into the voting booth, it's very private in there. Am I right? It's
yes,
very
it is.
Private. And I think people talk too much about who they're going to vote for and what they need to vote for. I think voting is something you should keep to yourself because it's very personal. I do believe in voting. I do. As a Muslim, I used to not to believe in voting. Y'all knew that. We didn't vote. But I do believe the things that black people need, that they think that we get at the voting booth. Listen to me. I do believe things that black people think that they get at the voting booth. I do believe we have the power to change our own reality. And I do believe we don't need to pull the lever to do that.
Absolutely.
The things that are most important to the black community, listen to me, we have the power to change. I don't believe that power is in no legislation. I believe that power is in our hands through our unity.
Good deal.
That's
Good
the
deal.
problem we got. Thank you. And that's what's on my heart.
Good deal.
Right.
Shanavia, talk to me.
I stepped out for a few minutes, so I'm not exactly sure where we are.
Well, still the same place. We're asking the question: do you have the right to vote, but do you also have the right not to vote? If a person say, "I don't want to vote," and I appreciate what you said, shut up. If you either use your voice or shut up, either use your voice or shut up. But in this day and time, we want people to actually go out there and exercise the right that they have to vote. We want them to exercise the right that they have to vote. So how could we convince a non-voter of the importance of voting? Or should we even have to?
Honestly, this is the best answer that I have for that question. I think actions speak louder than words. For some, and I think some people need to see action being done in their communities whenever you say that. I think sometimes people need to see that why their vote matters. And sometimes when they see that,
hold on.
I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, Navy. I'm telling the caller, hold on for 1 second.
Oh, okay. And I think sometimes when they don't see that, then that just perpetuates the idea that nothing that I do, no matter if I go vote or not, then nothing is going to change. But I don't know. That's such a loaded question though, because I also feel like that us as a community, I don't have the privilege to wait for the government to make certain changes within my community, I can get out and do that myself. I can rally the troops together and do that myself to the best of my ability. But I think that people need to see the change. They need to see the return on investment, I guess. So that's the
good.
best answer I got for it. I don't know if it's a good one, but that's all I got.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Taylor?
Hi, I'm Chardell, and I'm calling from Gwinnett County.
Hey, how you doing today, young lady?
I'm doing very well today, and
Good.
this is such an interesting topic.
Okay, let's talk about it. A person.
Well, it's really interesting because when I turned 18, I was excited about voting, and I still vote. I still put in my voice. However, with the last election, I just lost faith in our country a little bit because I felt that it wasn't accurate. I felt that there's no real democracy, to be honest. I feel like I have to make decisions within my life to, for things to go according to plan. But as far as me voting and hoping that will make a difference, I just don't feel it in my heart anymore.
Okay. What is it about
because
the
I
last?
feel that.
What is it about the last process that put a bitter taste in your mouth?
I don't feel like those were true results of the election. I feel like it was rigged.
Okay. So you think that Trump?
In my whole heart, I feel like it was just not accurate. And
Okay.
It made me lose hope. It did.
Okay. Now, am I hearing you say that?
Didn't add up.
Am I hearing you say
people that were dead were
Mhm.
voting?
Okay.
It just didn't make sense.
So am I hearing you say that you think that Trump actually won the election and it was taken away from him?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Can I ask you a question?
Everything.
What exactly are you basing that on?
I'm basing it on the numbers. I did a lot of research, and people voted that were dead, and it was just very, very odd. A lot of it was just that's literally what I did. I did some research and listening to the news and stuff, and I'm just like, wow, my vote really didn't matter. Is how I felt.
Wow. Okay. And everybody have the right to feel. Like I say, everybody call in. They have their own opinion. I'm not here to give anybody their opinion. I'm just glad that you called in and actually voiced how you feel about it.
Yeah, I definitely. I still vote, and because I still feel like I want to give my input. I just don't necessarily feel like it's helpful. I listened to an amazing interview with Muhammad Ali, and he even said that politics were not made for people of color. It was not made for us.
Okay.
We need something different. We need someone to help lead us. We need a leader to help lead us on the right path.
Okay.
But politics, I mean, it was an amazing interview I listened to, and I couldn't agree with Muhammad Ali anymore than I did.
Absolutely.
But
now, are you going to vote this time?
absolutely, I always vote.
Okay.
I feel the way I feel, but I still always vote.
Okay. Are you still leaning in the same direction that you wanted to go the last time, or have you wavered a little?
I've made I made a change since the last time, for sure.
Okay.
I definitely have changed my mind since the last vote.
Is it based on the convictions and all the other things, or was it just something that you saw different?
Oh no, it's definitely not that. Not at all.
Okay.
It's just honestly because of Epstein.
Wow. Okay.
Because of the Epstein Island. I'm just going to be honest. Anyone that was affiliated with that, I don't want to support.
Okay, good deal. Cassandra, hold on, sis. We'll come back to you in just a second or two. Cassandra, what's on your heart right now? And she feels the way she feels, and that's the way she feels. She feels as though the election was stolen. She said there was dead people that was voting, and that should not be able to vote if you're dead. A deceased person can't vote. What do you say to that, Cassandra?
Can you just pass me by, oh gentle Savior, please, for this round?
Toussaint, talk to me, brother.
I think dead folks voted for that's coming candidates.
Mm.
You get vote all the time. Let me ask you a question. What do y'all think if none of us vote? And we just have a bunch of people making decisions. And we just go along with it. Go along to get along. Let's just all stop voting.
Wow.
See how that works.
Take a break. It would be nice to take a break. Stay single.
Wow.
So if nobody votes, there'll be no winning candidate. So you think there'll be some disorder. We just go and everybody just do what we want to do.
Yeah, but yeah.
The heck with the law and the lawgiver and the lawbreaker. And it is what it is. We would have lawlessness. How would that work out?
Wow.
That would be fun. You think that would be fun? I'm just asking a bunch of questions. I know, Raheem, you're the question asker, but I'm just thinking. I know that I looked up something, and I'm gonna share it with you all. Let me see if it will come back. Advantage and allowance. The synonym and the anonym for privilege. Advantage, allowance, the opposite. Authority and authorization. Benefits and concession. Entitlement and exemption. Let me stop right there. That means I don't matter. Either I matter or I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about them, because voting is not necessarily for the candidate. It's for the ones that's casting the vote for the candidate, because we want them to be accountable to serve us, not run us.
Wow. Wow.
I'm entitled for due justice, not because I don't like what's going on. See, voting really is not the thing. It's holding the candidate accountable.
Yes. Once
to
the
a
vote is
certain
done.
standard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, here we go with that. Because when the rubber meets the road, which candidate has good morals and values? I don't know. I ain't seen them. I ain't seen them in a while.
That's good.
But after the vote, does anybody go and make phone calls and get in touch with the candidate to see if they're doing what you asked them to do? Or you just glad your candidate won and you celebrate for 4 years for nothing, for absolutely nothing, because you're not going to get what you want anyway.
Wow.
Does that make any sense? How you make your voting system now? And you know whose fault it is? Yours. I'm just saying. You mean to tell me we are where we are now? And when I look at it, none of the candidates ain't worth 2 nickels worth of dead dog meat.
God don't
I
matter.
wouldn't, if they was on fire, I wouldn't hire them for dog catcher.
Wow. Wow. Well, what we're going to do, I'm going to play my commercial real quickly. We're going to come back, and Curtis, we're coming to you when we come back. So be on standby, and we're going to circle around to everybody. We got a little less than 20 minutes before we get out of here. So let me play this commercial. This is about the cruise that we're going through next year in June. So y'all stand by. We're going to play this commercial real quickly. It's only about a minute, if that long. And we'll be right back on the other side of this commercial.
Come join us on our DKM Media Group First Party Cruise. We will be leaving out of Tampa, Florida on June 21st, returning on June 26th. That's right, 5 amazing days of fun and entertainment. All this will take place in the year 2025. The cabins hold 2 people, and there is a $200 cabin fee. The fee of $200 covers both parties. You heard me right. Your deposit is a single $200 fee, and you can secure your cabin for you and your significant other. Then you have until March 15th, 2025 to pay the remaining balance. That is almost an entire year to pay the balance on this outstanding cruise vacation. Do I need to tell you that we are going to 2 different ports? Or should I mention the fact that we are going to be on one of the best cruise ships? I know you are surprised, but this is all true. Contact me today for all the details. You can contact me by email at myfamilybychoice@mail.com. That's myfamilybychoice@mail.com. Why aren't you taking out your credit card now?
So if anybody is interested, if anybody's interested in going on a cruise, we love to have you. It's a DKM on Party Cruise. I see Party Cruise, but you know, some of y'all drinking, party, and all that stuff. I don't do all that, but at the same time, I love having a good time, and I know we all gonna have a great time on this cruise that we're going on. So get in contact with me, myfamilybychoice@mail.com. Send me an email, myfamilybychoice@mail.com, and just write in there, I'm interested in the cruise. And I'll give me your contact information. I'll get back in contact with you, and we'll make sure that happens for you. Kurt, what's on your heart, brother?
You know, Raheem.
Come on.
When I do research, right? One of the most important things about research is always looked at on two sides of a situation, 2 or 3 sides of a situation. All right. And when you do research, you cannot do research with a preconceived or biased opinion prior to doing the research. Because the minute you do that, your research becomes skewed, right? Because I love it when I hear about, oh, the election was stolen, right? And I play it back in my mind because I do research also. But when I do research, I listen to the Democrats talk, I listen to the Republicans talk, I listen to the Libertarian Party talk, I listen to the Lincoln Project talk, and I base my research off of what sounds like it's going to be true and who has the most empirical data. Not conspiracy theories, not, well, maybe, what if? No. I base my opinion on everything that is factually true. We are absolutely right. We have the right to our opinion. We do not have the right to alternative facts. So here's the facts. 61 judges all agreed when the cases was filed around America that there was no fraud in the election. And the only people that were convicted and given prison sentences were people who was working on the Republican side of the House. The simple fact is simple. The Republican Party has a candidate right now that if he was going up against Joe Biden, there's a good possibility that I would pull a lever for him. As much as I hate to do it, I would hold my nose and pull the lever for him. Guess what? He's not on the ballot right now. They wouldn't let him get on the ballot right here. They wouldn't even let him run. They told him to go run for Senate. Listen, man. Listen. Do you remember, Ryan? You probably remember this because you follow the money. Do you remember the Republican operative that came on national TV in Pennsylvania and told the Pennsylvanians, if you can find me, how do you word that thing? If you can find me election fraud, right? He was promoting that something fraudulent happened in Pennsylvania. He put $1 million on the table. He put $1 million on the table, and the dude that was found to commit, who voted twice, the only one, guess what he was, Raheem?
What that?
He was a Republican. If you play it back in your mind, Raheem, what we had is an ideology shift in the country to a more moderate base. But the margin is very, very slim. If you play it back in your mind, out of the last 2 Republican presidents, How many elections did they win by the popular vote?
Wow, not a lot.
One.
Not a lot. Yeah,
One.
not a lot. Exactly.
George Bush won his second bid. If you remember, he won his second bid for president with the popular vote. His first bid, he was appointed by the Supreme Court. Trump won the election according to the Electoral College.
Yeah.
Trump did not win the popular vote.
No. Okay. Wrap it up for me, brother. We got to get out of here.
I'm landing the plane right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know what? That's the one reason why I love football. Because no matter what the referees call, Raheem, if you don't play your absolute best and perfect and you lose, you just lose.
Mm-hmm.
You just lose. And maybe this guy just lost. The guy ain't won he has not won a Senate seat his whole term.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Stay right there.
Come on, y'all.
Let's keep this thing going. Hold on, gotta keep it going. Let me go to Leonard. We're gonna go in this order right here. We're gonna go Leonard, Ryan, Cassandra, then we'll go from there. So Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Lord Jesus.
It's just amazing how a Trump supporter call into this show and want to quote some black athlete saying Negroes shouldn't vote. Who does that benefit? But wicked white Republicans.
Wow.
Don't even go there. I'm not as nice as Cassandra. You can only go to any think tank you want that has looked at election fraud, including the FBI. You can go to USA.gov. You can go to the Brookings Institute. You can also go to the Heritage Foundation as well. Where's the fraud? Half the fraud that do come up, a lot of times, is baseless. You get 2 or 3 convictions here or there by somebody intentionally trying to deceive the system for whatever reason. And even that's under what, 0.0000 some percent? The only people that believe Trump won is people who support Trump. It don't matter how much you count the votes. Hell, some people even call Georgia talking about go find some more. How many people gonna have to look at a duck, walk like a duck, cluck like a duck, but you still want to consist as a chicken? It just don't make sense. Because it's based in a lie. And people have to be upfront about it. And they have to admit, because people who don't admit the truth are dangerous people. Extremely dangerous. And you have to be very careful if all these people decide to vote. Yeah, I don't do this and I don't do that, but I don't believe this and that, but I'm still going to vote. You see that commitment? I don't believe it's this, but I'm going to vote, though. See that commitment? Don't believe it. It ain't true. It's always rigged, but I'm still going down there to vote. Now, you make it make sense. I didn't say it.
Let's keep this thing going. Ryan, talk to me, brother. Ryan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I had to. I was doing something.
Okay, talk to me.
I'm not really sure where to go from here. I mean, you should vote. It's your right to vote. You have to accept the outcome when you do vote, and then I mean, the rest is just history. You can do all the research you want to, do all the complaining you want to, as long as you put your card in that ballot box, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
But if you didn't put a card in there, regardless of how it looks, how the outcome is, what this person want to say and what that person want to say and what this paid researcher want to say and that paid researcher want to say, it is what it is. We have to live with it, right? We have to make the best out of the situation. I mean, it don't matter that, certain things happen that you don't want to deal with, right? Like cost of housing going up $100,000 in 3 years. It's just something that we have to overcome as a people. We have to understand that when certain things happen and laws are passed that we didn't go down and try to make it so that they didn't happen. We didn't vote on those either. So now we have to deal with the consequences. And
So-
if you aren't
So
a
we're
participant,
in a funk right now. We're in a funk right now because of the results.
we're in a funk of for a lot of different reasons, right? I mean, we got our military stretched thin everywhere. We got rising costs across the whole board, right? And you can't pinpoint that on one person because it's not just one person. You just got somebody sitting at the front who's a figurehead, so they take all the blame. There's a lot of people behind closed doors that make these decisions, and if you're not reading, and that's the toughest part about legislation and laws, is if you're not reading the 1,000-page document, you're not going to know what's hidden in the background. And if you tell me you sit there and you read all 1,000 pages of every piece of legislation, you got a lot of time on your hands.
Exactly. Okay. That's good. That's good. Let's keep this thing going. Cassandra.
Uh-huh.
Come on, Cassandra. Spit it out.
Man, I'm just
Don't be
not.
scared. Don't
No,
be scared.
listen, y'all know I ain't scared. That is definitely not
sound-
the reason.
Sound a little scared today.
Uh-huh. No, like we always say here, everyone is entitled to their opinion, but some things just okay. I'm scared. I am scared. I'm scared because there are actually people that believe, like Leonard said, I think it was Leonard that said it, or Kurt, that the over 60 something judges, Republican and Democrat judges around the country, all conspired to say that Donald Trump didn't win the election. It was stolen by Joe Biden. What the what? How do we get to that type of mentality where we actually would believe that over 60 judges, Republicans and Democrats, all made up in their mind that we don't want Trump to win, even the Republican ones, we are going to say that Joe Biden didn't steal or stole the election. I don't. Something is missing, guys. Something is wrong. All of these conspiracy theories, man. It just blows my mind because I'm like Kurt. I'm like Leonard. I do a lot of research, and I got the time because I'm retired. I do a lot of research. I have not found one doggone thing that even vaguely, even in a dead people voting. I wish somebody would look that up and see the percentage of, they said possibly that somebody, what the hell, where you getting your information from? And if you getting your information from your side, people that only the people that you trust, what the heck? They said here in Georgia, I live in Atlanta, that one of the ladies, Miss Ruby, and her daughter took a whole bunch of Trump tickets or Joe Biden tickets and put it in the thing because they had a suitcase or something. That lady and they got over $100 million that they were able to sue for. You got this family hiding out. And they freaking hiding out because of ignorant people saying ignorant crap. Her family hiding out because of the lies. See, this thing is dangerous. See, these mindsets that people have, they're dangerous to people. People's lie. Even Republican our Kemp, our governor, and Rastenberger, or whatever his name, the Secretary of State. These people lives were threatened. Their families' lives were threatened over ignorant people saying ignorant stuff. Man, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm about to say 5 words that y'all ain't gonna like.
Send them to me. Send them to me. I'll say.
Wow, let's keep this thing going. Willow!
Yeah, Raheem, we are what we eat. We are what we eat.
Yes, ma'am.
You got people who are so weak-minded, they just tap into what people are saying and then they repeat it. So I just don't let that bother me because I know we are what we eat. You know, if you want to even talk about the election prior to the one that just passed when he lost, let's talk about the one when he won. It was a popularity vote that he didn't get it. There are people didn't vote in, but he won. He didn't win because of the popularity vote. He won because of the electoral vote. So I hope that the states that had a popularity vote said no, and then their electoral representatives said yes, that they voted him out the next time. So see, you got to understand Constitution. You got to understand how it works. See, people sit around, watch TV, watch the news, CNN, all them other news, all the other news that, because they're doing their job. And then they what? Take it in. They eat it. So it's just like what everybody said on this line. Leonard, Cassandra, Ryan. I don't care how you investigate, how you research. People pad numbers all the time. They do. They pad them. But if you got the majority of what you feel is right, let's say, for example, Leonard ran for office and I wanted him to win. I'm going to do everything I can to be involved in him winning. Because not only me, I'm going to tap on to this person, that person going to tap on to that person going to tap on to that person. And then by the time you get through, we're going to have what we need to bring a victory. I'm just trying to lay it out the way it's supposed to be laid out. See, but like you said, Raheem, people rather not vote and talk about it than to do something about it. And that's what's on my heart.
Good deal. Good deal. Cap, talk to me, Cap.
Raheem, is it just me or is it a coincidence that most of these people don't believe that this man should ever lose anything?
Allow me to
wow.
opinion is next. I think America, in the condition that she's in, is very sad. It's very sad. Because those on the outside of America, they look at the Americans as so desperate. You so desperate, Americans, that you rather vote for Barabbas. I'm sorry, rather vote for a convicted man. Put your hopes when in reality, the people outside America, the countries, they've never seen America so weak now, so vulnerable, so in such disarray. It reminds me of the part of the Bible that says, Babylon the Great, she is fallen, she is fallen. She used to be the apple of every nation's eye. America was most certainly the place that you wanted to be. America was the nation of freedom, the so-called democracy that every country fought and bled. They wanted to be like America. But look at America now. Here we are talking about whether a man won, whether he didn't won, how come he didn't won, what they say. I didn't went and checked back. I've been on Google and listen, man, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, she can't be saved. America can't be saved, y'all, with no vote. Go on and vote. Bless your little heart. Bless your little heart. But at the end of the day, to God be the glory.
Absolutely.
You want to know, Brother Tucson, what chaos looked like? You mentioned it, Tucson. If people didn't vote, what would happen?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had June the 6th, Tucson, as an example. What was that all about? June the 6th. Do y'all remember? The day they stormed the Capitol? Well, that was just a little sneak preview. We call that, Tucson, coming of attraction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you see in the movie, they tell you what's getting ready to come down the road some months. June was what they call coming of attraction to a city near you. I'm sorry. I didn't want to make light of it, but thank you, Brother Raheem, for giving me a chance. And everybody, thank y'all so much. Y'all have such wonderful opinions. I really admire y'all.
Praise God.
I don't think there's no right or wrong in this, and I think it's just your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
May God bless you.
Likewise,
That's
brother.
what's on my heart, man.
Yes, sir. Likewise. Let me go to Navy. Then we're gonna go to Tucson. Navy, what's on your heart right now?
I once again, I kind of stepped out, but I did catch as much as I could of what everyone else said. I don't think I have any more to add to what others have said. The young lady that stated her opinion, I don't know if she's still on here or not, but you know, your opinion is your opinion. But much like many of these talking points, I mean, it didn't. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to ask, where is she here?
No, she hung up.
Is she still on?
No, she hung up.
Oh, well, I guess I can't ask that question then.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really wanted to ask,
I think
where was the
I think she's still listening.
Because
I think she's still listening though.
oh well, Miss Chantel, if you are listening, hey, it's Navy. I kind of wanted to know where did you got the research, not as a means of attacking, but more so of challenging that a little bit, because it's like I hear these same talking points over and over and over again, but what validity do we have to base that on? And I'm just genuinely asking. Again, not to cause conflict, but you know, a little healthy conflict never hurt anybody. But I don't really have anything else to add. I just kind of wanted to ask that question.
Good deal. Good deal. Let me go to Tucson. Tucson, talk to me, brother. Ain't no telling what we're about to get, y'all. Put that seatbelt on.
No, it ain't much. But let me tell y'all something.
Uh-oh.
And I don't mean no harm by what I'm going to say. I don't do no research, period. None. Absolutely none.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I read, especially scripture.
Mm-hmm.
And I wait for Babylon to fall because of our ways, how we put our confidence in man. And we do it every time, and we fall out with each other behind man. And that is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that's a word or I pronounced it right. Ridiculous.
both, yes. It is a word and you pronounced it right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you think that you got some in the arena that we are in, any one of them politicians that gonna keep doing right till right get right, you keep on wishing. You can open your hand, and if mama wasn't known, I'd tell you what to do in one and do in the other. And see which one can get filled first. With your research, I mean, I'm not mad at you, but you mean to tell me that we done got so bad, and we have, that we counting dead folks just to win the election for the man that we prefer, and he's a crook. But you don't believe that he's a crook, but he's been convicted, and you don't believe that he's been convicted. It's a witch hunt with his little hands and his big mouth. And he's a fool. And you can't see he's a fool. So if you can't see he's a fool and he's a fool, in hell? I must be.
Hey, hey. Mama, he didn't say that just now. He didn't say no. That wasn't Tucson. There was somebody else.
Sorry.
There was somebody else
I'm
stepped in.
sorry. I ain't look. Hey, can I say something before you shut me down?
Go ahead,
I ain't
bro.
lost my religion. I'm just sick of yours.
There you go. Ryan. Ryan, you there?
Yeah. Tucson, boy.
Tucson's like little hands and big mouth. Got to mind. Okay.
Man. Yeah, I mean, opinions is like rear ends. Everybody got one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and you can't just be mad at somebody because they opinion. And I think that's that kind of like goes along with the MO of a lot of things nowadays. You say hi to somebody and they're trying to file a harassment report on you.
Wow.
Everybody constantly walking around in their emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a conversation, man. Just talk to folks. Treat people like people. You know, in the end, we all gonna have to pay the piper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you believe in Jesus, Allah, Odin, it's gonna be an end at some point, right? There's gonna be an end, and we're gonna go through all this, and hopefully, in the end, we all gonna laugh at how crazy folks is. It is what it is, brother.
Exactly. Cassandra, we're ending it with you. What's on your heart?
Friggum, it's a friggum.
Okay, good deal. And on that note, let me go to Kurt. Kurt, I now said we're going to aim with Cassandra, but I hadn't said another Kurt in a minute. Kurt, talk to me, brother. Quick version, Kurt.
Quick version. Here's the thing that it makes me laugh, but sometimes I'll be like, man, what? We heard this young lady just say that she's not supporting a certain person behind Epstein Island. But the main person that spent more time with Epstein in New York is on the ballot. The main one who named is on the paperwork, the receipts is on the ballot. The first recorded rape of a 13-year-old girl, her name was Katie Johnson, this man is on the ballot. Just the hypocrisy that I just heard is unreal. I see why some people are like, huh? What? Because everybody that's surrounding this so-called leader, Cassandra said it earlier best when she said, I think y'all need to go read Nazism in the Third Reich. You really need to read it. Because everything that this guy is doing, I can tell you, I read Mein Kampf. Everything that this guy is doing is straight out of Mein Kampf. And I'm not in my feelings.
Straight out.
I can't make this up. He is following it like Raheem. You know your favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Is that correct?
Yes.
How long you been a fan for the Steelers, Raheem? Probably about what, 30 years, 40 years?
Yeah, about 40 some years, as long as I can remember.
Let me ask you a question, Raheem. Is it safe for us to say that Pittsburgh is one of the most dominating teams, even if they have a losing season in the NFL?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Raheem, do you know why that is? Because for 40 years, Pittsburgh has never changed their playbook. They ain't never changed their style of play. They ain't never did nothing to change. Look, we're going to get out here and hit you in the mouth. When I tell you, Raheem, how important it is, even if you just read 5 pages and don't read no more of it, brother, for your listeners, your viewers, you, and everybody on here that has not read it, even if you just read 5 pages, read Mein Kampf. He's following a playbook to the letter. He is not leaving anything out. You know why he's not leaving anything out and he can't add nothing to it? You know why? Because he does not have the academic capacity to add to it, and he does not have the academic capacity to add changes. He has to run exactly according to that playbook.
Good deal. Good deal.
And it's shameful, man.
Wow.
It is shameful, Raheem. It is shameful what we as an American public has become. We have become the smartest, dumbest, sharpest, dullest tools in the shed.
Wow. And on that note, we don't call America crazy, dumb, and retarded. So we're gonna I mean to say retarded, illiterate. And so on that note, we're gonna get out of here because I'm getting some emails. They may be coming in right now. But anyway, it's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Cassandra.
Yes, sir.
Somebody had the privilege of being late today. 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:15, even 9:30. And they said, man, that seemed like a good broadcast. I wish, Lord, I wish there was a way I could hear it in its entirety. Cassandra, can you help them out?
Yes, if I can sing Our Country 'Tis of Thee first. No. Okay.
Sing it.
I'm not going to sing it. If you have missed any part of this broadcast and would like to see or hear it in its entirety, you can listen in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to dkmmediagroup.com. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, dkmmedia.com, and hear it in its entirety.
Good job. Good job. Well, let me say it again. Willow.
Raheem.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, Raheem.
Well, listen.
Come on, let's go.
Well, Willa, since you said you're ready and I can hear in your voice that you are ready, you peppy today, so I know you're ready. I got one more thing to say to you, Willa. And only thing I got to say is this. Let's go.
Amen, 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 y'all. Go with me this morning to the throne of grace. Come on, let's go together. Bow our heads down with a humble heart. Bow our heads down with praise and with wisdom. Thanking God for waking us up this morning and allowing us to be on the morning glow on being together on one accord. Father, you said it in your word in Matthew chapter 22, verses 37 to 40. You told us to love one another as you have loved us. So, Father, we honor you this morning and we thank you. Thank you, Lord, for your word that keeps us together through our heart and our spirit. Sometimes we may not agree, but as long as we agree to disagree, I believe that it's all right with you. I believe that what we do should be pleasing in your eyesight.
Yes, Lord.
When we forgive, when we love one another, when we help those that are hungry, clothe those that are naked, give those and inspire those that need to be uplifted, inspire those that need that encouragement. Father, we thank you. Teach us by giving us the wisdom and the understanding that we need to do all those things.
Yes.
No matter what color we are, no matter what religion or spiritual that we face, Lord. Father, bring us together. Bring us together. But I know you're going to do it in your time. You've given each and every last one of us the free will to choose. But we have to realize the choices that we make have consequences.
Yes.
So we honor you this morning. We thank you, Lord. Thank you because your word said that you will never leave us, nor will you forsake us. So thank you for your word, because it's your word that gives us the power. It's your word that gives us the wisdom and the understanding. It's your word and not mine. Thank you, Lord. We honor you. We glorify you. Thank you for your grace and your mercy. Touch each and every last one that's on this line. And those that didn't get on it, Lord, touch their hearts.
Yes.
Father, take anything away that shouldn't be there. Thank you for the morning glow. Lord, I thank you for the morning glow. And exercise. Thank you for Raheem and his family. We glorify you. We lift you up in praise. In your son, Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. Thank you, Lord, for the Holy Spirit.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for joining. What time is it? Let me see the time. It is now 10:18. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your day. It is now 10:18. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. Then we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please, please, please be blessed. Talk to you tomorrow morning if God says the same. Have a great day. Love you, and love you all over again. Have a great one.